Welcome back to another episode of Enter the Nerdom. I'm here with co-hosts
Stan Morrissey.
And Watson Bradshaw.
And I'm obviously Jared Cook.
Obviously,
Obviously.
Jared. How you guys doing?
Good.
It's been a while, man. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
We had to work, and I was away in Washington, D.C. for a minute.
Yeah.
So we pushed
had to
back
go,
Doing the Lord's work.
That's right.
Well, not quite that, but
Well, I mean, I was just trying to bring in our religious listeners, you know. Sorry.
because that's what we're known for. Being
Yes.
a religious podcast.
We like to keep it, open.
But do you want to talk about DC and what you were doing out there?
Yeah, so I went with a group called Common Defense, which is a veterans group that is advocating. We went to go talk to congressmen in the Capitol. And it was just advocating for veterans benefits. Make sure no more cuts to the VA, please. Mm-hmm. No more fiduciary cuts to the VA. No more staffing cuts to the VA. That kind of thing. So, and then no more endless wars, please.
Did you have a little filibuster for yourself? You held the floor, and you. I'm
not a senator, so.
Well, I mean, you can
we
still
weren't
hold
voting
the
on
room.
anything,
You can still hold court in the room, right?
Yeah, I guess. Sure.
All right, okay.
I mean, we had talking points that we wanted.
All right.
So, but yeah, I mean, it was we only talked to representatives from California, Democrats. So it was just, there are a lot of like head nodding back. We're like, we agree with that. We agree with that. Yeah. So.
But it's good to be heard.
It's good to be heard.
So thanks for going out there and doing.
Well, thanks for Common Defense for sending it out there, and good group of Iraq and Afghan fellow Iraq and Afghan veterans. Chad, you're nodding your head.
No, I was like,
say something.
No, I'm just no. I'm giving you acknowledgement for your deed over in DC.
Okay.
Like
so I thought you were trying to say something smart. Like
oh no,
no.
When have I said anything smart?
It's true, you never have. You're not known for that at all.
No, never.
And if people at home want to get in touch with that group or do anything for them or with them,
how would
they do that?
commondefense.org. Just get on there, check them out, and you can just, if you're a Iraqi Afghan veteran, you can sign up for them, and I think they do this trip it seems like they do it like every couple months, like maybe once or twice a year.
Oh wow!
So yeah, I did a couple years ago with a different veterans group, Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America. That was a little different. They just had you meet with anybody, which is pretty cool.
Cool.
But this, I guess they thought it was a little more impactful. They're talking to constituents from the area. So yeah, it was good.
That's awesome.
It was a good setup. I had a good time. And thanks to Common Defense for sending me out there. So that's why we had to push back the episode a week, because I was gone from Sunday through Thursday. So yeah, it was good. Huh? You guys ever been in DC?
I've never been.
I want to say it was like a field trip from school, but I don't recall because I was like very small then. So because I thought we toured the White House in some way, but I don't, or maybe it was the Capitol. I'm not sure what it was exactly, because I was just in elementary school, so I was like, didn't really. It wasn't Mr. Smith going to Washington.
You don't remember from elementary school going to Washington D.C.? I think that.
No, I kind of like I did. I didn't really care because I was a kid. But I mean, I didn't know the whole OJ situation either going on.
What?
O.J. Simpson.
Yes,
the thing he did.
But that's a little different from going to.
Well, no, I wasn't.
Same time period.
I didn't acknowledge a lot of what the outside world was happening. I was a kid. I had my imagination. I had my toys. I had my video games. That's all I needed. I didn't need the outside.
You didn't
world.
Get the O.J. Simpson pog that was guilty, not guilty on either side?
No, I had.
Is that real?
Oh yeah, I had one of those.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, do you still have it, dude?
Smack it. Oh, I wish.
Wow.
His I went to Parter Middle School out here in Brentwood, and his mansion was literally right up the street from my school, and for months the helicopters just hovering over his estate for months, and then there was like they had parts of the street blocked off. There's always reporters outside.
It's crazy.
And we're constantly like, what the hell's going on? Oh, that's right, it's Rockingham right up the streat there. Yeah. Yeah, so we had a direct connection to that. Direct line. Yeah, and then
I'm all the way on the other side of the country at that time. I didn't.
That's right. You were in Jersey, right?
Yeah, I was in Jersey.
Watson was in.
I was in England. Yeah.
Did it reach over there? I don't
What's
even know.
that?
The
was the juice loose over there?
Yeah, was the juice loose?
The juice was loose. Yeah, no, I mean it was a pretty big deal.
Did you guys follow it like we did here?
I don't think it was
like
as
idiots?
followed. No, I think they don't really have like the 24-hour news cycle over there as they do here. So
they turn it off at like midnight or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
nice.
TV's like done at midnight over there. So
I got our middle school newspaper in trouble because of an OJ thing that I did.
What did you do?
So we got our own newer McDonald over there.
Yeah, dude. So every year the Town Crier newspaper does it was like during the October season, it'd do like a spoof paper, like an Onion, type thing.
Yeah.
So our journalism teacher was like, just do whatever story you want, as long as it's not crazy. We'll go with it. Okay. So I did that bloody glove was found, but it was actually an oven mitt in the shape of a fish. And so I put a latex glove on and like put it on the ground and was like pointing on it, and it was just like a picture of my hand pointing at the glove, and we ran that story. He's like, oh, OJ's bloody glove has been found, and it was we printed that, and people lost their shit. Like we had a bunch of like staff.
National Lampoon over here.
Yeah, dude, we had a bunch of staff, and we had like a couple students like complain, and the journalism teacher, she's like, I've been here 30 years. And she's like, I've never had anybody write us a nasty letter until today, until this. And she was laughing. She was.
Did you tell her there's no such thing as bad publicity?
That's what I said. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, technically he was innocent at the time, but
Yeah, I didn't say anything about guilt or anything.
Yeah,
that's just he's been found. The bloody glove has been found.
That'd been awesome if you were able to grab a picture of him from like one of the Naked Gun movies and put it in with the picture. That'd been great, like him in the cast.
But yeah, that was my controversy there.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I got us another controversy. Like I got us two. This is a separate one later on. A teacher retiring, and she told me, she didn't say off the record. She's like, I'm kind of glad to be leaving because the students have been getting on my nerves a little bit. I was like, oh yeah, She was like half joking. I was like, oh yeah, of course, and I quoted her, and she fucking she's like threatened to go to a law firm on us, and I was like, are you fucking crazy, dude? And like I was like, what? Like you didn't say off the record,
baby. First Amendment.
I was like, you didn't say off the record, lady. So like, what are you talking about? And like, so I got us our two controversies for that time. And she's like, our journalism teacher, Miss Winograd. Shout out to Miss Winograd. She was like, I've been here 30 years, been running this paper, never had any controversy until you came along. I was like, yeah. I was so happy for myself. Yeah. Anyway,
now it's in the hearts and minds of everyone.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyway, a lot of stuff has come out since the last time we met. And there's been a lot of TV shows that have come out, a lot of movies, a couple trailers just dropped recently.
Oh yeah,
that we want to talk about. So let's just jump right into it. Let's go right into obviously the big one that has just recently come out, the Super Mario Galaxy movie. What did you guys think about it? And tell us your thoughts.
I was kind of disappointed by it because the first film had more of a story than this one did for me. It was it felt very empty. Not many of the characters spoke. Like it was very minimal dialogue.
Yeah.
Like even the intro to Yoshi was just, I thought that would be them learning to like each other, and not even that. It skips that, and they're already like best pals. And it seemed to follow Peach more this time around, but it didn't really show that much of Peach and her backstory. I mean, like it did at one point give you a little sequence, but that was about it. So I don't know. I felt I was expecting a little bit more, and like the fact that they didn't give Jack Black another song is ridiculous. I don't
that was
know.
Weird.
Yeah,
that was weird.
So it just seemed very vacant. Or they took a step back in this one for some reason, because I don't know what. But I did enjoy the introduction to Fox McCloud, and I'm hoping that leads into a Star Fox movie.
Yeah,
because if
that's
anything,
really cool.
that would be cool. But other than that, I wasn't too impressed with the movie. Visually, it looked cool, but that was about it for me. So
yeah.
What about you guys?
I'm the same boat. Like I feel like it really went at a clip of a pace. Like it just was like, we're gonna drop you right into the action. I wanted more of the Rosalita Peach story.
Yeah.
And then that didn't really get developed. They kind of like, oh, okay, they're sisters. All right, that's cool. But there was not a lot to it. And it just seemed like they aired on the side of, we're not going to have a lot of conflict within the group.
Yeah.
So it was like, you have Fox McCloud show up, and it looks like maybe there's a love triangle or something with Mario and Peach, and then that's immediately resolved. I'm just like, yeah, they're cool. And it just felt like every time they tried to set up a challenge, it immediately taken away.
Yeah.
Like you said, like with Yoshi, there was no real development of Mario's relationship with Yoshi. It's like they find him, now they're best friends.
Yeah.
So everything, I don't think it helps the story. It wasn't in service of the story. It just kind of like, okay, we're doing this adventure, and it's, Bowser being a dad is the story.
Yeah, I mean, but that was such a turnaround too. Like it was a quick solution of them like resolving their distant issues between each other. Right. So I was like, so there's no conflict at all?
And even like the whole story of like Bowser turning a new leaf and learning to be a good guy, and then that's immediately gone.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, it just felt like it felt like they wanted a quick buck and they knew how to do it. Was okay, we'll throw in Yoshi, we'll throw in the Galaxy, which is the hot game that all the kids are playing.
Yeah.
So
well, but the thing is, Galaxy was like the kids now weren't even born yet, so I don't know. True. Like they barely touched on a lot of Galaxy. There's more to the game than just her little floating home in space. So that's why I'm just like, I don't know who was aimed for, because if it's the older crowd, like I'm not sure how they received it, but I'm sure they went to the movie theater. But like,
it's like much like the first movie had a lot of references to the NES game.
Yeah,
for the adults, for people that are bringing their kids. This is like, now we've got a lot of 30-year-olds showing up to the movie theater that played Galaxy, for 10, 20 years, So, I think it's a bit of a missed opportunity, but...
Yeah, but if it helps them open up the Nintendo-verse, I mean, it doesn't make sense because they're doing a live-action Link or Zelda movie, and, like, I don't know how that... Like, are they planning to do an animated one, too, or how that will work? But, it's just really interesting, the route they're taking with these things, because that's the only other property that they're... have mentioned that they're working on, because they were casting Zelda not too long ago. So.
Yeah. Is there any other Nintendo animated properties you want to see come to light?
I would love to see Metroid. That would be a really cool one.
That'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
And Star Fox, that's another one. And like, I'm trying to think of anything else that really...
What about Ninja Gaiden, dude?
Oh, I mean, that would be really awesome.
Yeah. Let's get Ninja Gaiden, man.
It's been a long
time. Yeah.
There's so many games now too, so it's like, and like the even more modern ones that people are fans of. It's just like you could do so many things with it. So I just think the opportunity's open, but they're just not. They're focused on the like Mario type of Nintendo-verse when it should be like, let's take these shots, like take these chances at these different types of movies. So.
The one thing I did like about the movie is when they did Star Fox, the backstory.
Yeah.
It was a different type of animation. I could see that being a show. It was done like in a very anime style, and I was like, "Ooh, I would love to see it in that style."
Yeah, exactly.
Be more like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Mayhem kind of look.
No, definitely.
I
was even hoping some of the other characters would pop into the universe and it's like, "Hey there, Fox, your father saved me," type of from the game, like, or a frog. Oh no!
Yeah,
like I was hoping we'd see the.
I at least thought we'd get no.
I exactly so, or you'll never defeat Andros, and like I really wanted the little video of like the person flying in their cockpit, like to pop up, and I was like, not even that, like so it was kind of a bummer, but other than that, I was like, okay, if I probably wouldn't watch it again, really, so it's not, unless like I was showing it to a little kid.
Yeah, I'm surprised there was no Donkey Kong in this movie.
True.
Yeah.
He was a big part of the first movie. So
I did hear inklings that they might be trying to soup up to I don't know if they're going to do Smash Brothers movie, but they obviously did part of the Rainbow Road in the first movie, and I was like, okay, so you're in bringing that to us, but then you're not giving us any more of the other, I don't know. It was just, I felt they just went for the low fruit of the tree. So
it's like a big trailer for the games.
Yeah.
If anything, it's like, here's all the bits that you're gonna love, and that's it. Yeah. How about you? What did you think, Stan?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was I wasn't expecting a ton.
Yeah.
It is.
He loved it. He because we just trashed it. He's like, I can't say I like it now.
It's an Illumination film, so I was like, as we're getting Illumination, we're getting Illumination property. I thought the Yoshi thing was also very quick. It was very cute how they did his introduction.
Oh yeah,
in New York. Walking around playing the music. It was okay. It wasn't
a fun montage.
A little fun montage, of his time there. It was okay. It was. I wasn't expecting a ton, like I said, and what we saw on screen was exactly what I was expecting. I was like you said, but you guys said I was hoping that they'd add a little more.
Yeah.
But it was okay. It was just meh. It was good. I like you said, Watson. You said exactly what I was thinking. They were looking to make money off of it, and they knew what they needed to do to make money off of it, and they just put out a product that is it's generic and appeals to a lot of people. I mean, it's not making a ton of money. I'm looking at the box office now, 852 of a budget of 110, which is I think they're expecting to make well over $1 billion, but it's not.
The first one did amazing.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not. The first one was the budget that 1.3 billion. Off a $100 million budget, so this isn't doing that great. It's for what they were expecting, because they're definitely. I'm sure that they were expecting it to at least pass 950 million, and it's not even near that. So
and it really didn't have a lot of competition from especially for like kids movies right now. There's not a lot in theaters.
Yeah, so. I mean the biggest one that before this was Zootopia 2. In terms of animation?
Goat, the basketball film, surprisingly is doing really well.
Is it really? Okay.
Yeah, and
the kids are loving
Animal
it.
Farm is out too. But obviously, who's seen that? Oh, that looks awful. I'm into, like, it seems like if they're gonna keep doing Mario movies, I'm like, all right, are you gonna introduce a new Koopa every time? Because he has those other
kids,
cousins. Or nephews, I forget how they're related to him again. But
there's kids, were they?
No, not just Bowser Jr.
There's cousins.
There's like cousins and nephews.
That's right, cousins. Yeah.
The Koopa cousins.
So I'm like, I would have liked if they, spoiler alert for if you haven't seen it, if when Bowser falls into the lava, I was like, oh, okay, cool, you're killing him off.
Yeah.
And so some other Koopas can come and take their place and stuff like that. But I was like, oh, everyone's fine. No one got hurt.
Yeah. The big tease at the end, the first movie, the tease at the end was, Yoshi Egg. And this tease was Daisy showing up, the character Daisy. I was really expecting Wario and Waluigi to be...
Yeah.
Like, if they want to do, like, something different than the Koopa kids, I think doing Wario and Waluigi for a third movie might be their go-to.
Well, the thing is, because the way I would do these movies is like, all right, I would do a sports-themed movie for the Mario verse, like have tennis, and then it's a big, like intense tournament in between them, and there's just like, I don't know if we're gonna make it, and then one of the teammates gets injured. It's like, we need a sub to come in, and and I don't know. I think there's potential. You could borrow stories from actual great movies and plant them into the Nintendo universe just to make them, give you something to chew on. Because it's just like I got bored. It's like halfway into this movie because I was like, my eyes are like, okay, cool. I'm seeing a bunch of cool stuff, but I had nothing to really sink into. So I think it would be fun to pull the like a whole Mario Kart circuit where it's just a racing and maybe like Bowser's betting on you get to take a fall, type of thing. Like, there's so many things you could do that it's just they don't do it, and I'm like, okay, well, so or maybe they'll be creative with Donkey Kong too if they do one too. But I'm already like, I don't think I could do a whole movie of Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I mean, we could do a whole movie with you doing Donkey Kong.
I mean, because
you do the voice of
Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Experience on Donkey Kong Experience podcast on Mashed on YouTube. Check it out. Yeah, no,
Chad does the voice for him.
Yes, and
does really well too,
and motion capture.
Yeah.
But if Nintendo
we're doing it right now,
if Nintendo ever does hire me for anything, I didn't do the voice of Donkey Kong because they don't like that stuff. So.
That's right, he did not.
Yeah, so but
parody law definitely protects you right now.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I just hope it develops into something more because there's so many properties out now that are just like they're so wobbly, they're not holding steady, and it's like, okay, what do I got left to look forward to? So.
Well, and especially Nintendo being so like guarded with their properties, like they're usually very, they did after the 91 live action movie, they were like, oh no, Hollywood's never touching our stuff again.
What are you talking about? That was an amazing movie.
It was perfect, right? Yeah, exactly. But according to Nintendo, not so much.
Movie went very well.
So I'm glad that they've kind of loosened the reins a bit, and they're opening up to these, because I do want to see like a Metroid movie.
That'd be awesome, dude.
So I mean, hopefully this opens up to more stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We shall see. You get us, but for the new kids out there, they could have a Splatoon movie. With that game where they're running around shooting paint at each other, or ink. Is it ink or paint? I don't know.
Ink. I think they're like kind of really squid people.
Yeah, I remember they're like hair is like their
dreads.
Tentacle squid dreads or something. So Predator, we could bring in Predator in that game. He's a extra character, a DLC character.
Like the little 3 dots hit him, and then he's just like paintballing it.
There you go.
Hey. No, he goes full out. Nintendo, he's blasting people, shooting with a laser cannon, blasting holes in them. Like, dude, what are you doing?
Oh God.
Yeah, he comes.
It's just paint.
Because the Predator goes to different planets. He comes to the one that Splatoon's
There you go.
And he's like, I'm here to take out the most deadliest warriors, and then they're shooting him with paint, and he's like, huh? What? And then they find out what death means, because obviously that planet probably is very
it's true.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right? The learning curve of murder and hunting.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
Yeah, give me.
And that's Mario, everybody.
That's Mario. Yeah, that's how we end the Mario movie.
Give me a production company. That's all I am asking.
Do you guys recommend the Super Mario Galaxy movie to anybody who's know?
For kids, yeah.
Yeah.
For
it's
anyone,
very forgettable though.
Yeah, but if there are kids who are like super intense Mario fans, I would think. Isn't your kid a big Mario fan?
Yeah, yeah.
No? So did he like the movie?
He liked it. He has not brought it up since.
Okay, so then maybe it's not the best one to recommend then.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I mean, it like you said, it's forgettable, and I haven't really thought about it since we watched the theaters. Yeah. Did you guys get the popcorn buckets, the Yoshi?
No. I've been liking seeing everyone like. A lot of people taking the popcorn buckets and repurposing it for other stuff. So
doing like what?
Like making lamps out of it and stuff like that. Put a light within the egg that Yoshi's holding and stuff. And I'm like, that's kind of neat.
Cool.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that. That's cool. Yeah. The Star. I was at the AMC Porter Ranch when it came out. I think it was at that midnight, and I was there watching. Hail Mary, and I left to go get some more drink. And when we went into the theater. They didn't have the popcorn buckets out. I came out to get a drink. I saw them put them out, and people all started buying them up immediately. Oh, yeah. The Stars, the Yoshi. I was like, I got 2 Yoshis.
Oh, you got them?
Yeah, I got 2 Yoshis. Wow. I'm so want to keep one. So.
Yeah.
And by the time we left the theater, we got out. Hail Mary left the theater. Almost all the Stars were sold out.
Yeah.
And it had been an hour maybe since they put them out. Yeah. Insane.
Jeez.
So
I'm really disappointed they haven't done a popcorn bucket of like a Koopa shell. Like, why
you'd think, right?
Yeah,
something like that.
That's the perfect one. You
flip
or a
it
hat.
Over.
Or I mean, like there's
a
hat or the hammer guys. Yeah. There's so many other things, but they
bullets,
just do.
Yeah.
What was it? An egg or was it a Yoshi?
Well, it's a Yoshi holding an egg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then the stars are just like little kid stars. The baby stars or whatever. Rosalie's kids or whatever.
But it's funny, like all these popcorn buckets now are getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
The price is going up.
Because they know people are using them to collect and not actually eat popcorn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like versus like, the Dune bucket and
right.
stuff like that.
Well, I bought a Scream one.
Yeah.
And I was expecting it to be, the Ghostface mask.
Yeah.
Full size. It wasn't. It's like, it's like yay big.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what the hell is this? Yeah. I got it in the mail. I was like, what the hell is this?
What I want to do is take one of the small ones and bring it to the theater. It's like, hey, can you fill this up with popcorn? But I'm not going to pay the full price for that popcorn because if that doesn't hold the same, if you can't fit that full bucket of popcorn in this thing, I'm not paying the full price for it.
I mean, that's fair. They'll tell you to fuck off. But
I'd be like, I bought this thing from you, so maybe it should hold the amount of popcorn that you
like. Did you see they had the super small Bowser popcorn bucket?
No.
So it was like I don't know if it was a joke or what, but it's like this big little cauldron. It's like a tiny little cauldron with a tiny little Bowser next. Because he got shrunk down in the movie. So they have and it like fits like 3 pieces of popcorn in it.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I hadn't seen that.
I think it's like $20. I was like, what?
Wow.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. The only other cool one I saw was also Scream. It was he's like in a display case.
Oh yeah.
And that sold out pretty quickly. But yeah, you're right. They're making them smaller. It's like, what the hell, dude?
Yeah, no, because they for Project Hail Mary they came out with the spacesuit
the helmet. Yeah.
But it's like super small.
Right.
Like it's not full size or nothing. But
They should have made a one for Saw, where it's you put your hand in the glass thing and the things are covering your hand.
You have to grab some popcorn opener or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then when it doesn't cut you, but when it touches your skin, it releases butter down onto the popcorn.
I'd much rather get cut with razor blades. It's gross.
You don't put butter in your popcorn though?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's disgusting.
Fair. No, I don't do it either because
it's not butter. It's like gasoline.
It's not gasoline.
It's basically gasoline.
I mean, I think it's.
I ran out of gas one time at the EMC, and I just put that stuff in there, and it got me home.
If anything, it's more they have a. I don't have anything for it. I thought I was going to come up with something for this joke, but
you sure didn't.
No, I didn't.
You sure didn't.
I just crashed.
That was definitely a crash and burn. That was pretty bad.
That's where we turn to our listeners and go, "You fill in the end of that joke."
Yeah.
Well, what also
write in how you would end that joke, and then we'll announce
it
on
there. Yeah. We'll read them from Matt in Illinois.
Yeah. One winner of the end of that joke. The punchline prize.
If you listen to the whole episode, well, at the end of the episode,
you'll get Stan's tiny scream mask.
Yeah. There you go. See,
you'll get that second Yoshi.
God. Yeah. The other thing that also had a massive plane crash in it, just like Chad's joke, was The Mummy.
Wow, okay, I wasn't sure where you were going with that. I was like, wow, dude.
I was like, oh boy.
Lee Cronin's The Mummy also had a plane crash in it.
It did.
Which kind of didn't make any sense, but whatever. Well, let's get into it.
Mummies don't like planes.
Let's get into it. Lee Cronin's The Mummy. This is obviously to distinguish it from Brendan Fraser's The Mummy from 1999,
or the original,
The Mummy,
or Tom Cruise's
The Mummy. Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
This is not connected to any of the dark universe
at all.
Anything.
It's connected to Evil Dead.
It's less of a mummy
very
movie.
much. So going into that, the one of the trailers for, at least with my theater for this movie, was the new Evil Dead movie.
Yeah.
And before they announced what it was, they show what the credits are,
right?
What the title is. The trailer, for some of you who've seen it, is just somebody's crawling around in the floor in this apartment building, and these people are just getting tossed around all around them by what looks like some kind of possessed.
If you noticed it, he's like levitating across the floor.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit.
So as soon as I saw it, I was like, this looks like Evil Dead. And they showed the title. I was like, oh, it's Evil. Okay, there you go. So then Lee Cronin's The Mummy starts, and like you guys said, it's like this feels very Evil Dead like.
Although
Lee Cronin was the director of Evil Dead. Rise. The last one.
I will say it only felt like it at the last third of the movie.
Yeah,
the first two parts felt mummy-esque.
Yeah.
It just was like a different because we've never had. I've never seen the original. Does it hit the States at all?
The 1930 one?
Yeah.
No, it takes place pretty much all in Egypt. Yeah.
Okay, so I like that new thing. Like it can, obviously a sarcophagus can travel, and we've brought them overseas to museums and stuff like that. So, and you have
okay.
Well, no, I got you. But the Laurel and Hardy movies, where the museum they find the sarcophagus in the museum and it comes loose and chasing them. But I think a regular mummy movie would be boring. Like I don't know how you can, without giving him the powers from The Mummy with Brendan Fraser, it's not going to be.
I mean, I think it's possible. I think if you reimagine it, because it's supposed to be reimagining of The Mummy, so it's. I think if you were able to set it to an extent like what this movie did, with kind of traveling over like vast spaces of the planet, I think it's possible to do it. I think that what this movie does well is that it's able to take something that does take place in Egypt, and they're able to. I think they're in New Mexico.
Yeah,
the family. The movie. they're able to move it to a totally different continent, and it works pretty well.
Yeah,
to an extent. But let's get into what the actual movie's about, because we're kind of jumping ahead here.
Yeah.
Watson, what did you think? Because I know I said I think you like it. You dislike it a little more than me.
Okay. Yeah. Okay,
not that I dislike it.
This is a mummy movie in name only, because what is a mummy? It is not a possessed little girl with a demonic entity. This is a Exorcist ripoff.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And the second that so the movie starts with this family is keeping this sarcophagus.
Yeah.
Basically under their house.
Yeah.
And as we find out, the woman is part of a cult that has been in charge of keeping this thing.
Demon.
It's a demon that is shapeless. It's like a smoke, basically, is what they say. And it jumps from, the only way to contain it is to keep it in the sarcophagus under wraps with these spells written on it, and keep it inside of a human host that slowly decays the body. So as soon as they lift the sarcophagus in the beginning of the movie, and we saw that there's a person, I was like, oh, it's a shape shifting thing. Right. I figured it out immediately. I was like, oh, that's what it's going. Okay. So but we open with that. But you said it's not technically a mummy.
It's not a mummy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically, if you think about it, it isn't, in the sense that when he goes to that professor. Yeah. And he says they reveal the lore behind it, and it's a demon of sorts.
Right.
And I was like, there could be an Egyptian demon where it needed to be mummified in some capacity. So that's how. I mean, that's what I gave it. That would make sense.
Yeah.
I guess they're trying to do that with the sarcophagus and the wrappings being, their binding spells. Yeah. So it's like, okay, that kind of plays into it. Yeah.
Because technically, if you think about Brendan Fraser's. He is like a sorcerer, more than regular human as a mummy, So I think, and usually a mummy, I mean, all I remember is seeing him trying to strangle people. I don't think he.
Well, he was like ingesting their organs so he could replenish.
Well, in that one, I know that, but like the original,
the original, you only see him as mummy form at the very beginning of the film.
Yeah,
then he turns into this kind of. He's like a very wrinkled looking. It's Boris Karloff.
Oh, okay, yes,
but just as like this, like very wrinkled looking.
Yeah,
makeup. But he looks like a human being.
Does he have any like abilities or?
Not really, because he's just kind of immortal.
I think it's better when they have unmatchable power to
higher stakes.
Higher stakes, just like it's just because that's why I liked this version of it, but I considered it just like, this is not the mummy, this is a mummy. And,
correct, yeah.
And like they had to mummify this demon to keep it in check, and obviously the plot reveals they have to put it in a new body every so many years.
Right. Yeah, so just we gotta jump back into plot, but so we have this family that is protecting this or protecting the world from this demon.
Yeah.
And so they realize they need to get a new host body. And so we find ourselves, joined by this American family. The dad is a journalist. They're stationed in Egypt. Mm-hmm. He has 3 kids, or 2 kids and 1 on the way. And the little girl, Katie, goes missing. And then we find out that Katie gets kidnapped and then part of this ritual. But we cut to 8 years later, and they get contacted, and they find out that the sarcophagus, or this plane has crashed.
Yeah.
And there's a sarcophagus inside, and inside that was Katie, who looks decaying, and like she's gray skinned and like terrible, like just looks like a mess.
Yeah, her fingernails
are all, and they're like, and she was like, they're saying like she was in a comatose
catatonic state,
for 8 years, and they have to go pick her up, which you show up and she's just like, and you're like,
very gnarled,
and like
out of it,
and they're just kind of like, here you go, bye.
Yeah,
it's what? There's no.
Can you imagine a plane ride back to the United States?
Yeah, and then the next thing you know, it's a hard cut back to
New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Yeah.
I think though, I mean, I don't know. They don't really tell you how much time has passed, but it seemed like they might have spent maybe
a couple months.
Maybe a month there, like adjusting her probably to travel.
Right.
I don't know about you guys. I had a lot of people snickering in the theater at the dad I just think
Which part?
Just his delivery in general is very kind of wooden, and I don't know if it's like he's a bad actor or it was just like
I do have material. I do have a problem with. I get that people process things differently, and I know what happens in real life, but I do have a problem, particularly in film and TV, when something really crazy happens and a character just stands there.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's weird. Like, wow. You know, like, I get it, that's what happens in real life.
Right.
A lot of people do that because they process things differently. But, like, this happens a lot, and it's particularly with the dad. Yeah. He just kind of stands, like, the girl is levitating and shit's flying everywhere, and he's kind of like, huh.
It's a Tuesday.
Yeah, he's just kind of just frozen in place, like, but looking confused, like, that's weird.
I did well. Maybe
I just
and I like that actor. I think it's Jack Raynor's his name. He was from Midsummer.
Yeah, he's fine actor.
Fine actor. I just think out of this, he felt very out of place
for sure. Yeah.
I mean, like those shots where he was staring. I mean, like I felt, at least from his eyes, that he was in shock. But I thought he was in shock, but also he was in complete fear. Like some people are frozen
for
in
sure.
fear sometimes.
No, I mean that's it,
and I at least
it's a legitimate thing.
Well, no, I'm saying that, but I'm saying I can understand that he didn't immediately jump to action every time.
Yeah.
But like obviously near the end, that wasn't the case. He was able to move.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that it looks weird on film.
Yeah.
Because most people like you would tell an actor to be like you look terrified, so you're like oh like backing up or reacting to it.
Like
but instead
no reaction.
No reaction. He's kind of just standing there like and like I said I've seen it happen in real life where something horrendous happens. People just stand there like because they're processing it like what the. They don't know what they don't know how to react to it.
You think he'd be like protecting his family?
Exactly, like and I know it's happened. I remember it happened to me when I was in high school. This really crazy car accident happened right in front of me as I was waiting to cross the street to go to school. I mean, this car just got T-boned, fucking wrecked. And I stood there for a second, like, and I knew what had happened. I was processing, it's like, are they okay? And I was like, and then finally I sprung into action. But he
was a mummy driving.
Exactly. Yeah. It was It was Katie. Yeah.
Which, by the way, the little girl plays Katie.
Amazing.
Yeah, amazing. Really good.
Natalie Grace.
She kills it. She's a
so good presence. Yeah. Really good actress.
I wasn't sure at first. I was like,
very creepy.
That's not the first girl we met because she was younger.
No, she's younger.
It was a different actor.
Yeah. That was Emily Mitchell. Was a young Katie. Yeah.
But no, they did a great job. And
really great. Yeah.
The youngest daughter, she did a great job. Being creepy at the
very much so. Yeah,
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But they end up back in New Mexico. Yes. They're living with their grandmother. And
in a weird. I mean, so the house
weirdest house in the world
because it's a New Mexico house, right? So
it's very old,
right? But the interiors look like a East Coast house.
It did look weird.
I mean? Like it was like brick, and it was like it definitely had like a horror movie house vibe.
Yeah,
where it should have been like more of a southwestern style.
Correct, I agree. Yeah.
So I was just like,
but it was like a weird blend of it.
Yeah,
like the outside kind of looked like it, but the inside was a little more.
It felt like they had that set, and they were like, we're using that set. It doesn't match where we're setting this thing, but because I'm like, I would have been cool to do it in I don't know.
I mean, I felt we didn't see.
We
didn't see the outside house enough for me to really care about that. Like, I understand your. Like, I didn't notice it.
I know,
but like, it was just
more of a
I more or less noticed like they had a gate surrounding their house. Like, you couldn't just walk into their home or property or something.
Unless you're a coyote.
Unless you're a coyote.
Well, for a minute I was like, are those wolves? Because they look bigger than
pretty
coyotes.
Wolvish, yeah. They look pretty wolvish.
And I was like, wolves. I was like, okay, that could kind of connect.
They look a lot bigger than coyotes for sure.
Yeah.
And then the other weird thing about the house is I'm sure this is an architecture thing, but I've never seen it. There's like crawl spaces in between the rooms, the walls of the room, and the actual
huge crawl spaces.
Huge crawl spaces. Like you can walk.
It's a whole other room.
Yeah, it was. I'm sure that's a real thing.
Yeah,
especially in older homes.
Some houses do.
But that was another creepy aspect of the house. Yeah.
But I was like, if I moved into a house and I learned that there's these spaces people can walk in between the walls of my.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, we're filling this with stuff. I don't know what it is. We're gonna have the foam injected into this hole. It's gonna be you can't move. There's nothing in there.
So Katie gets home.
Yeah.
And the grandmother and her, the grandmother scene.
Poor grandmother, she got beat up in this movie a lot. She got
the whole film.
Dude, she got it the worst of anybody.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But she kept her faith.
She kept her faith.
You know? But I think that's what got her in trouble. She shouldn't have
been.
She
did. Yeah.
She just stopped praying around the demons.
So at one point she's a very religious Catholic, Roman Catholic, a Mexican woman, and she's like, Katie's on this bed, completely catatonic, and she's like praying for her. And that's the only time we see Katie see a reaction. She like looks at her like, and that's when she like headbutts her.
Yeah. Was she reacting to the prayer? You think?
Reacting to the prayer? Yeah, she was absolutely. Yeah. Which is weird because like it was strange because it's supposed to be like this demon that is way before Christianity,
right? So why would?
Maybe it's just good vibes. It knows,
doesn't like good vibes.
Well, no, because they do explain it. This demon specifically likes to cause trauma
within families, and
that's why it felt very also similar to Insidious.
It very much so, yeah.
Because like the first movie where that demon liked to cause harm, but for the family or through tragedy and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, so it's this type of movie. But like, I think someone really had to get it because if you're not killing two more kids or
the parents,
or the parents, I mean, obviously the mom was the grandmother was going to be the choice there.
I mean, she got headbutted, and then she got thrown through a window at some point. Then the wolves ate her right after that. Then during her funeral, they can't even let her rest. During the funeral, Katie crawls into the casket, knocks her over, takes a bite out of her, and all the amniotic fluid is
which drinking.
And then she like revives as a zombie. It's like, Jesus Christ, leave this poor lady alone.
Well, like I felt like that was interesting because if like it felt more mummy, like a mummy would do that, it would feed on like the fluids
for sure.
in an embalmed body.
That was probably like the most disturbing scene of the whole film. So there's a point where Katie's completely possessed, and she has slowly taken over the minds of her brother and sister.
Yeah.
And during she eventually kills her. We see it in the trailer. Oh, it's fun being dead, Grandma.
And then
throws her out of the window. And as she lands, these wolves that have been kind of like prowling the outside of the perimeter of the compound because they've, this thing is attracting them.
Yeah.
They eat her alive. So during the funeral, Katie crawls out of her, punches a hole through the roof of the second story.
Well, like apparently like her vomit had decayed, properties. And I was like, okay, so it's a little bit like Alien too, where
exactly,
it's like slowly eating through.
So she pulls through that, and then you see her, which is a very like typical thing in like these kind of possession movies, crawling on the ceiling, jumps into the casket and knocks over the body and takes a huge chunk out of her, takes a huge bite out of her neck, a huge chunk. And like all the
embalming
fluid and it starts to come out. She's like slurping it up, which is like, that to me, it was like the most disturbing. I was like, oof, God. But it's Lee Cronin, and we talked about this, Watson, which is he loves that body horror stuff. That's his thing.
Not sure
that's his bread and butter.
I've seen any of his other.
He did The Fly, didn't he?
Oh no,
that's Cronenberg.
Cronenberg, yeah, my bad, yeah.
No, Evil Dead Rise, which is
I never saw that one. But I was wondering if he did anything other than that.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
But I mean,
let me look it up.
I really, there are elements of it I really like because I like the lore that they were building with it because when we were talking about plane crashes and stuff like that, and I was like, they've never moved the sarcophagus before, so obviously it has a power because when the mother of the cult family got home and they saw the bird was bleeding black fluid. And I was like, okay, so
it's like
this
a canary in the coal mine thing.
Yeah. And like
it needs to be swapped out.
Exactly. So I'm like, obviously,
change the batteries.
Obviously, this power or this evil leaks from the sarcophagus at a point. So obviously, it might have been getting close to that point. I don't know. Obviously, it was supposed to take longer for her to seep out of there, but it was opened by us and by people and not. It was seeping out. So I wonder if she had the ability to affect the pilots or the plane as it was flying.
We should probably talk about that.
They don't really get into it.
No. So her sons, who in the beginning with the family, we see this Colt family that the children are younger.
Yeah.
But eventually we see a plane crash in Egypt, and it's flown by this woman's two sons who are older now. They both die in the crash. And the sarcophagus is standing, and that's how Katie's body is discovered. And the reason they're moving it, which I thought was really weird to do by plane, but the valley that they're in is going to be flooded to create a dam.
Right.
So they have to move the sarcophagus. It's like, well, why didn't you just put it in the truck? Anyway, whatever. They had to fly it out for whatever reason. But yeah, they never give an explanation as to did this thing affect them.
Oh no, the valley was getting flooded, so they couldn't drive.
That.
Oh, you said. I thought you said
no, but
they didn't show a reason why they couldn't.
No, but it doesn't.
They could have drove.
No, but the police officer drove to the house and it wasn't flooded. At some point they're going to flood it. And remember, it's that when she drives to the house, there's signs that were like, "Don't flood our valley." So they hadn't done it yet.
Oh, I thought it already happened, when the cop got there.
Well, yeah, but
and then it drained or whatever, dried.
No, because the cop was able to drive to the house, so it's not. There's still vehicles able to come in and out.
Oh, okay. Well, no, sorry, I took it as a natural, not like man-made flooding. I thought it was going to be like rain would flood the valley.
Oh, no. Yeah, it seems like there's a...
So I must have just...
Yeah, because they have signs up that like don't flood the valley.
Yeah.
So it's like they're doing it on purpose.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, either way, they have to get it out of there, but they decide to fly it out.
Maybe maybe it was too dangerous to drive with just like if someone got curious, because like they did steal a kid.
That's true. Well, and then at some point the cop says that there's a lot of antiquity smuggling in the country.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. But anyhow, they had to fly it out for whatever reason and they crash. But we never get an explanation as to whether or not
it didn't go far. So
yeah, it didn't go very far at all.
No,
like it seemed like it went like a couple miles.
Right.
Yeah, they were in the air like 20 seconds. You know. Yeah. But anyway, they have to. That's why the sarcophagus.
Did they even mention where the final location was supposed to be?
Nope, they don't mention any of that.
We don't even know where that plane was going.
Nothing. And then like
that's
the mom.
The second movie.
That's true. And then also like eventually there is a cop in Egypt that is involved with the disappearance of Katie who moves up in the ranks.
She was on Moon Knight.
Yeah, she was Moon Knight.
She's fantastic.
Yeah, she's really good. Yeah. She becomes a detective and then she goes to investigate. She finds a lead she finds a videotape that leads her to.
See, I want more of her.
Yeah,
me too. More of that character.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And like, I mean, I think you could have done a thing where the dad and her kind of team up to try and figure out more.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
And that's what
kind of happens at the end.
Yes, I mean,
well,
I would have liked more of it.
Because like, there's always the horror dynamic of one of the parents not believing the other person,
right.
and
this
time it was switched around. It's usually the dad.
Yeah.
That's like, nothing's happening in the house. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
We just moved here. I can't change my life because you know.
Yeah.
But now it was the wife, the mom. She's like, no, I have my daughter home. I don't care what you're
pulling her flesh off her
leg.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, that reminded me of the autopsy of Jane Doe because the witch had mummy like wraps around her with the spell keeping her like bound.
In Autopsy?
Yeah.
Oh, I never saw that.
I mean, that's a spoiler for the movie but like you don't know the whole time and things are happening but like they like as they're opening her and then they pull like this skin back and it's actually like
it's on the inside.
Oh, it's got spells.
Yeah, it's written,
same thing as this.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So that's what I thought was like. I was wondering if they were inspired by that or not.
It feels like they were taking a lot
from just
sources.
different things. But I like in this movie, I loved the mystery part of it, and then I loved the lore reveal, and then like obviously it turned Evil Dead there. But I was like, I don't know. I mean, if they didn't bring the cartoonish dialogue for her as the demon and stuff,
right?
With possessing the other people, like, you want a piece of this, honey? You know, I'm like,
you want to undress me?
Okay, I was like, this is Evil Dead now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, like, if they removed that type of dialogue, it could have stayed that serious tone. It went a little silly at the end there, so that's why I was like, okay, you had me, but it was, but I did like
it's like pick one or the other.
Yeah, it just like picked the lane there. Yeah,
but, true.
But I mean, like, that's the thing. If we didn't come to America, we could have stayed. It would have been more interesting if we stayed in Egypt.
Yeah.
I agree.
We followed her searching, and then maybe it cuts to her calling the family and bringing them back. And then I guess they move back. I don't know if they'd move back to Egypt or something. And
or they could have had it in a psych ward or something like that.
And it's like, it's not safe to bring her home, right, so you should come here and like...
And they need time for her to recover. Yeah.
And I think that would have...
It's weird that they just put her on a plane and send her back to...
It's very strange, it's like it's,
you don't want her to like maybe go through a little bit
but,
of
but I could
trauma management.
I could see another government, like, we don't want to have to watch your American kid. Like,
I just want to see her new passport photo of her just like...
Well, it's really weird. Can you imagine that flight?
Well, no,
but also at the end of the movie, can you imagine the flight with the guy possessed?
Guys, you're not thinking. They kept her in the sarcophagus. They put her back in and flew her like cargo. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, it's exactly what they did.
Yeah. Well, we don't need to pay. We don't need to pay for another ticket. We can.
Let's just put her in cargo.
Can we check this?
Yeah, just check it.
2 kids is pricey.
Yeah.
See, that's why Spirit Airlines shut down.
Hey, man, you know,
you see,
it's all those sarcophaguses that they were transporting.
And I mean, like, also since he's a news, he could probably charter his own plane, like enough to.
I guess that's possible. Possibly, I guess, you know. But so yeah, they get back. kills the poor granny, takes her out, and then eventually the family realizes what's going on. The dad, as you said, pulls back
video cassette.
Yeah, he pulls back the skin of all the spells written inside of it. Goes to a professor at the local university and says, "What is this?"
Right.
And the professor this looks like some type of like strange demon. It's a name of a demon from ancient Egyptian lore. Yeah,
it's not Pazuzu.
Apparently, he is the character that's connected to Evil Dead. Like his, I don't know if it's a family member or if it's himself, because I never saw Evil Dead Rise. But his last name was a key to connecting it to Evil Dead. And I was like, oh, okay, so
he was a professor.
Easter egg.
Yeah, the professor.
Interesting.
Because I was watching an interview of Cronin, and he was talking about how it's like, yeah, you could connect it if there are Evil Dead fans out there. And I wasn't sure if he was trying to reference the original Evil Dead or if in his Evil Dead his name connects. So I really couldn't tell you, but yeah, he was like, that's the kind of loose connection that you have there. So I was like, okay.
But yeah, he realizes that Katie is communicating because in the very beginning they was so on the nose. And before she gets abducted, he's studying Morse code with her for some type of Girl Scout type of thing. And anyway, so
I wonder if they'll come back later.
Yeah, gee.
Well, I mean, the sound design in the movie was great. Like,
the sound design was very good. Yeah,
I was like, okay, this, you could tell that was going to be a key, like the tapping in some kind of way.
But she's using Morse code like by clicking her jaw, her teeth, and realizes Katie's still in there. He talks to the history professor, tells him something's up, and at the house, eventually Katie's possessed Katie eventually begins to turn her brother and sister into kind of like zombies as well, to the point where we see where we see her brother like kind of like smashing his head on the headboard of his bed, and we see that she is now very close to being released, and she could be a plague on the world basically. One thing I found, like, then with the Egyptian detective shows up, her Dalia Zaki, something like that. Detective Zaki.
Yeah.
She shows up in New Mexico and is trying to warn his family what's going on.
You could have done with a Zoom call. You didn't have to do a 12-hour.
Well, he wasn't answering the phone.
It wasn't answering the phone. Yeah. So the weird thing was that now we see Katie kind of like fully unleashed, and now she's able to like float and move things around, but she was able to blow her grandmother out of the window from the second story with just literally a blow, like that, and she floats. But now her mother's able to tackle her and like hold her down. I was like, well, so she's not all powerful. I don't.
Well, maybe
consistent with the power.
Yeah, and meanwhile, her and her dad's just standing there like, that's weird. Wow.
Well, no, I think it was
a journalist.
Perplexing. Yes.
I think the daughter was still inside, and like that's how she signaled him with the Morse code.
Oh, you see, she was holding her back.
She's fighting. Yeah, she's fighting.
Possibly.
We
didn't see any of that in the movie, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know,
I guess she didn't like her grandmother.
No.
I mean, maybe she was like, you know what? I got to save my whole family. I don't know if I could save everybody. We'll let this one slide.
But yeah, we see that they are able to tackle Katie, hold her down, and she's just like jacking the family up, throwing her dad around.
Yeah. This is very weapons last
weapons
segment of weapons.
The detective ends up getting something through her neck.
A scorpion.
Crawls down her neck and it's like basically like going through her neck.
Yeah,
and she's able to like rip it out. Yeah,
it's like that's a magic scorpion. I don't know if the scorpion would be able to do that for just like stab its way through its outside the neck.
It was a very powerful scorpion.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Yeah. But they've all seen the videotape of Katie being transferred. Her body's her body's being used as a vessel.
Why is everything on videotape still?
That's true. That's
8 hours.
Well, no, that is a good question.
Well, no, it's
still only like, you know.
I think it's because obviously it was buried. The tape was buried, and it's for whoever down the road needs to be instructed how to do it.
Yeah, it should be just an SD card.
I guess, but yeah, I mean, it does take.
They're in Egypt.
It takes place.
I don't think they're like.
Take place in modern day.
They're very modern in Egypt.
They're very modern in Egypt.
Not in this movie.
No, not in this movie
though.
They are very modern
because it takes place in the 2020s, but like that's supposed to be like 1980 technology.
I mean,
right. Yeah,
they're not that far.
Katie would have been 2018.
No,
she would have gone missing.
Exactly.
You know?
Hey, guys, it's still the Cold War over there. I know
Jesus.
it's still a little.
We apologize to any Egyptians.
Yes.
We do know that you guys.
I
have
learned
modern
about other
technology.
countries through
yes.
movies I see. So,
Oh boy.
from that movie, I didn't see much technology other than when we went back to Albuquerque. So I'm just saying. That's all I'm
I
saying.
mean, they had smartphones.
I mean,
Yeah.
but she.
But the dad had a VHS player to play the.
Oh yeah, that's a
the
good
VCR?
question.
Well, it might have been like old tape decks because it seemed like maybe edit stuff for his.
You're right. He did. I didn't even think of that. He did have. I mean, I can understand the detective finding one.
Right.
But he just happened to have one in his.
Yeah.
I guess the grandmother's house.
But
She
also,
still has old tech, I
the
guess.
demon
I don't
powers
know.
can affect electronics, so it
Right.
doesn't matter.
Well, we didn't see that.
I mean, it's assumed. It's assumed in every movie.
I'm
I'm like,
like, we've got to retire the video cassettes in horror movies. I think that.
What do you mean? You gotta have a.
I mean, they do have a
30-year-old
creepiness.
technology.
They do have a creepiness to them. It hits harder if it's like it's a
physical
physical
tape.
thing, except for like a tiny little SD card.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
What if-
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Oh.
What if? Well, maybe they don't.
It's a cursed SD.
Oh, no.
Well, no, because people can hack, right? So people don't want to get into the cloud and find. Oh my God, what are these people doing? So they gotta. Well, let's have it on hard copy VHS.
magnetic
It's also like buried out in the middle of the desert.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Which is
tape is
weird.
not
Which is
surviving.
weird. Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe there was like, if you look to the left, there's like, oh, this is Sarah. She's another one that we had to, like maybe there's
That's
other
a collection.
and that was
Yeah.
like the latest one. It was like on top of the other one.
That's very barbarian.
I mean,
You know, that serial killer's got all the victims on videotape.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, but
All right, I'm trying to punch holes in this.
also,
Oh, there's a lot
but
of
your
holes.
logic is
There's
so
a lot of holes
sound.
to punch.
also the family spent
Lot
all
of
that money on the plane. They don't
A
have
lot of money.
so they don't have
They don't have a Blu-ray player.
They fly back and forth between Egypt
because
a lot.
I didn't see a
So-
cell phone for that family.
Well,
you
the Egyptians.
The
yeah,
family,
they were definitely.
Yeah, they were
definitely
living-
living in the 1970s because they're even driving an old car,
yeah.
which is weird.
Like and obviously the father of the family couldn't work after that when they went through his jaw and he died. So obviously they're kind of living on bare.
He got jacked up.
They're living off candy bars. I don't know who's buying those candy. A lot of those candy bars. Who knows how much that costs?
Touch treasures.
Hey,
That's what they're called.
that's true.
You know,
I kind of want to like if that's a real candy, I would like to try it.
don't do it, Chad. Get possessed.
Oh
I'm
damn!
like, hey man, that's if
Well,
hey I
all you gotta
get
do
to
is-
sleep for however many
you
years.
For a long time.
But can you just fill the sarcophagus with the candy bars? Like, give me the candy bars at least.
Everyone's like, Chad looks so well rested.
Yeah, it
like
looks good.
everyone else looks like they're dead inside. Chad looks better for some reason.
They open it up and I'm like, hey guys.
Close it up 6 more months.
Candy wrappers everywhere.
I'm just scrolling at TikTok.
He's just been having a whole good time this entire time.
Hey, look, I got powers now.
Somehow Chad killed the demon.
That's weird, yeah. Because
got-
all those candy bars, all the sugar,
He's
they
like,
killed
I
it.
can't take it.
Oh God!
Who knew cholesterol was? And
Yeah, it goes into Chad's body like, oh my god, and it just dies.
your mind. Or no, like when they hold my body over the mummy to transfer it, I shoot out the liquid instead.
Yeah,
And
it's
I'm
just
like,
like,
you fool.
What is that? Coke Zero? Ah!
Yeah, that's
it's one weakness is high blood pressure. Oh god.
But yeah, so they watch the tape and they learn the ritual.
Yeah.
So that the dad can transfer the demon into himself.
Yeah, so
Sacrifice himself for
So
his
he
family.
sacrifices himself for his family. Katie's fine, and then there's a really, I was like, the one thing I like about this movie is I hate it when supernatural films have this thing where like the supernatural entity is unstoppable.
Yeah.
And like it doesn't matter if the humans are there or not, it's just gonna win. It just barrels through them,
Yeah.
and they don't win. I hate that shit. Like at least to an extent, like what the things that's what kills me about the Smile movies. You ever seen it?
Yeah.
Like the thing's unstoppable, so it doesn't matter what you do to it. It's
Yeah.
just gonna win, and the humans make no difference whatsoever.
Right,
and I hate that.
It
So,
follows kind of.
It follows the same.
rules,
Yeah, exactly.
there's
So-
another movie. I think it's just called like Dare. It was like about a Dare game, like Truth or Dare. Truth or Dare. I think I'm not sure if it's just called Truth or Dare, but the demon is like that, and like if you choose. You could choose truth, but eventually it just
I think I remember
it
this.
forces you to
Yeah.
make a dare, and the
God,
dare is like
Sounds
killing
familiar.
yourself.
Yeah,
or
sounds
I
getting,
familiar.
did see this movie. Yeah.
and like the there because it was unbeatable, and the only way, or there was a way with like some kind of urn or whatever, but that failed. And then the only way she could stop it from coming at her is she made a she did a truth or dare online, and it went to everyone over the world.
Viral.
So it would go transfer to. It would take so long to get back to her.
Right.
So it was pretty much It Follows mixed with Smile.
Yeah. So I mean, but yeah, I hate it when then why have the humans? Why have the humans there at all? Then
right.
It's just gonna win, and there should be a point where they can stop it to doing something. So anyway, but at the end of this film, we see that they took another flight back to Egypt with like the possessed guy, which is like, how does that work?
Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, like how did that plane not fall out of the sky with like this? They don't have this.
Well, no, because he was still there because he did Morse code back to the daughter. Remember?
But they don't have the sarcophagus. They don't have the wrappings on him.
He's in an American.
No, they just put like a hoodie on him.
No, like he's
an American sarcophagus.
When they took him out, obviously in the hospital, but when they at home, he was in that tackle box, that large Foot Locker, pretty much that they had him in. Remember, they bound him in that. That was the American sarcophagus.
I guess. I think. Yeah. Well, I think it also
went to IKEA.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it also got into his body and was like, oh my God, Americans are so unhealthy. He's like, oh shit. Like, I just kind of, it seized up. But anyhow, they go back to Egypt. Somehow they transport him there without him destroying everybody.
If it was all set in Egypt, it would be a
lot
easier.
Much easier, yeah. Well, but that woman,
three plane rides.
Yeah, we saw that. Imagine that transfer. Like, we got a transfer in Atlanta, and this guy's just in there, which you're like making all that crazy noise. Like through the airport, be like, what the fuck? Like, he's not getting on the plane, dude.
Yeah.
But anyhow, earlier we saw that the detective had wounded the mother that was running that cult. Yeah, and she's now in prison, and they wheel her in there, and he's in there in his wheelchair, and he just kind of smiles at her, and it's like, oh, they're going to transfer the thing they heard.
Like that, because like Evil Dead Rise has kind of a really bummer ending for the family.
Yeah, very much so.
So I'm glad he didn't decide to redo that.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll kind of give it like an upbeat ending.
Well, like the way it ended, for a minute before they were going to do the ritual again there, I thought it was like, if this was Dark Universe, he was the mummy, pretty much. Like he became the mummy, and like it's sort of like or like Dracula story Untold.
He was a Dracula Untold.
It's story of him becoming Dracula, and this is the story of him becoming the mummy,
right,
and stuff like that. But obviously, that's not what this movie was, really. But
would you? I mean, like, how does this with the new modern horror movies? We got, we've had Invisible Man, we've had Wolfman, we had this now. Like, how do you feel about this new crop of monster movies?
I mean, I think it's fine. I don't like shock value just for shock value's sake. I'm not saying that this is necessarily that. But it definitely, he threw things in there that it was like, yeah, you probably didn't have to do that. It's a lot of, again, like we said, body horror. Mm-hmm. Fine, but I think there is a limit to it, which is another thing I liked about a movie we're going to talk about, Hokum, which is a movie we're going to talk about, which relies more on creepiness and atmosphere. Whereas this is a lot more like shock value, and one of the biggest things was like the grandmother getting eaten by the wolves, her body getting knocked over and getting bites out of it.
She gets it hard.
And then she reviving as a zombie. It's just like, geez. So it was things like that. I was like, okay, I mean, I get it. I don't think it was over the line, but it was like, it did feel like he's doing it just to like, look how creepy this is. Look how gross this is.
Well, I think when mummification is in itself body horror, so like since it wasn't really a true mummification of her, that we get an external version of that towards other people around it, and like so I think with a decaying body, it brings the opportunity for gore. It's like you don't have to do a lot of it, obviously, but like I think it's a necessary thing to surround it, because like the mummy looks bad, but then like what happened to so and so is even worse. So it's like they're bringing their pain on another person, and I think it's justified for sometimes. But I didn't really feel put off by it in this movie. It just felt it came off more Evil Dead than it came off as a mummy movie.
Yeah,
and like that's the thing. I don't know how you would do a horror mummy movie without it turning into a lighthearted Brendan Fraser or an Evil Dead. That like it's hard. There's such a small line. Like like unless he became like a cult wizard or something.
Right.
And some, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I don't know the storyline of the original film and the Dirty Knife, but like the plot of that is he's just becoming human. Is that?
He's just basically, he was imprisoned as, he's Emotep.
Yeah.
He was imprisoned and he's just trying to, become human again. That's
but like him doing that, how's that affect anything?
It just because he is as far as remember the plot, he's becoming human would also like unleash a plague on the world.
Okay, so I mean, if a plague is always attached to the mummy, then but the thing is, it gets tired sometimes when you have a world-ending thing attached to one monster.
Yeah, true, true.
And this it kind of works because you could have multiple mummies appear. If it's done through different cultures and also for different demons or whatever like that. Like maybe the true meaning of mummifications were to suppress demons that were people who were possessed back in the olden times of Egypt. So I don't know, but obviously they didn't go into that lore-wise, but who knows? There's a lot of mythology in Egypt that can be used. So I think there's opportunity there, but obviously when it depends on the director, really, how they want to go about it.
Would you want to see a sequel to this mummy movie?
No, I wouldn't.
Not necessarily, because like unless it was a different thing, like I wouldn't want to see the same family again. I would want to see something come out. Like I would need to see everything start in Egypt, so there'd be no reason to continue with this family, unless it starts with the cult mom that they possessed at the end, or the officer coming onto another case.
Right.
Like, you know.
Yeah, I'd like to follow her, the detective, for sure.
Maybe she gets pulled into...
mummies, damn it again.
In Brendan Fraser's The Mummy, the group protecting Imhotep from being pulled out, maybe she gets pulled into their company and be like, we want you to work with us to, prevent any more of these happening or something like that. Because obviously in that video there was many people. Yeah. Like that was more than a family doing the transference. So obviously there's more out there. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, I don't really need another movie for it though. It's not something.
Well, and now that they have made an announcement that we'll have another Brendan Fraser mummy movie, so I'm like, I don't know if there's room in the world if we're gonna have another one of those. If we're gonna get another one of these,
but there's no way to bring Imhotep back, though. That's the thing. Like from the last, from the second film,
if you play a lot of My Chemical Romance, you'll get an Imhotep.
There you go.
Because I would think those souls pulled him down into hell, and then you had to deal with the Scorpion King. So maybe
the Rock returns.
Maybe the Rock returns, and he's like, you know what, Imhotep. Let's team up, and then they're just they do the from Predator.
But he's got the big
son of a bitch. I'm in.
Claw.
I mean, overall, it was an entertaining movie. The creepiness factor is well done. I'm not really interested in watching a sequel of it. It's doing really well right now. I mean, the budget was $22 million, which is really cheap for a film this.
It's a Blumhouse, right?
Blumhouse.
Yeah, and
it's at 120 now, which is, I mean, they've made profit. Basically, the rule of thumb is 20. Whatever the budget is times 2.5 million times 2.5 is what they need to start.
They did market a lot with this.
Very much so.
It was everywhere. So
yeah. Is there a Dark Universe or not Dark Universe one other than obviously the Brendan Fraser Mummy coming out? Is there one that you would like to see a sequel to that has already had one come out?
Of the Dark Universe,
or either the ones that were outside of it, because there's obviously Invisible. I don't know if Invisible Man was Dark Universe, was it?
No, it was the first Blumhouse.
Yeah,
right.
And they had the Wolfman one.
The Wolfman, that was a disappointing one because I was really looking forward to that because I love the Wolfman, and the remake was okay.
Because like Frankenstein, you really can't. I mean, I don't know if either of those were Dark Universe, were they?
I don't think so.
So that's the thing. It's like you don't really have many.
Not a ton,
but like
we haven't seen a creature in the Black Lagoon. To an extent, we saw Guillermo del Toro's version of it,
right?
But
not a true like horror,
correct?
Fishman movie, which would be great.
That'd be awesome to see, like back in the Amazon. That'd be awesome to see.
Well, and like
I would love that.
Obviously, I think I heard inklings of it. I don't know if it's actually happening. They were gonna do a follow-up sequel of Dracula Untold.
Oh yeah, I heard
they're
that.
Bringing him back, and I was like, okay, because I liked the ending of that where Charles Dance at the end, he's like, "Let the games begin," and I was like, "Oh shit!"
The longest setup for a
yeah,
sequel.
and I was like, okay, they're obviously, but
teasing it out.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing an Invisible Man sequel.
I did like the Invisible Man
because now she has the suit.
Yeah,
and like see what she does with it.
Yeah.
But other than that, I can't think of like Frankenstein. You can't because they're dead at the end of Guillermo del Toro's.
Yeah.
And I didn't see The Bride, so I don't know if they're still.
The Bride's completely separate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then I didn't see how the Wolfman ended one. So
family trauma.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's able or currently in the mood for a series of films that follow the one monster.
I would love to see a real good take on Jekyll and Hyde again.
Yeah,
I think
that'd be awesome.
Be really good.
Yeah.
Like you could do a real interesting thing with this.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Kind of split personality.
I would love to see
psychology of it.
Yeah.
Would you want to see two separate actors do it, or just one guy do both?
I mean, like obviously, like the acting challenge is to do it with one guy, but I think if you really want to like delve into the, like, it should be almost two separate. People.
Yeah, I would prefer it that way. Because I tell you the truth,
Travolta and Cage back again.
I mean that would be. There you know what? I was.
I'm Dr. Jekyll.
I'm
Mr. Hyde.
Because I don't give a fuck.
I think I would want Cage to be the sane one, and then because I love when Travolta goes crazy. It's like I think he does a great job when he does.
Yeah, everyone will expect Cage to go crazy. You keep him reserved.
Yeah, but I was gonna say though, I loved the Hyde of Russell Crowe in the Tom Cruise one, and I was I was like, we were cheated from I just wanted one movie with him as Hyde.
That was the plan, but it didn't materialize.
But I would like if they did a thing, I could see him being a Hyde character side of Jekyll and stuff like that. So, but I know that'll probably never happen. So.
I would love to see Guillermo del Toro's take on Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Because we haven't really had anything from that character since it came out, like when
Well, unless the musical, but other than
the musical. I know, and then there was a movie that was made in 2003, 4, something like that, which was
Gerard Butler,
Jerry
Butler.
Yeah, it was. They they swung for the fences. Good for them, but it was really long and really slow. Yeah. So I almost fell asleep in the theater watching that. Yeah. But do you guys recommend this movie?
I'd say you don't have to go to the theaters for it, but it's worth.
Yeah,
I'd say it's worth watching.
It's a good watch, but I think you're right. It's like you could watch it as a rental.
Yeah. But I also want to support the theaters, so if you want to see it, go see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got a Regal or AMC pass.
Yeah.
Use it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's doing well, so they don't. They always need help, but they're doing pretty well.
Not everyone is like us, analyzing every bit of it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, if you go, make sure that they're not going to kill you. Because I fucked that one up.
Wow! Look at this guy, Segway King over here. Oh. This guy, the Segway King.
Just like the creator of Segway who fell off a cliff.
We also watched They Will Kill You, starring Zazie Beetz.
Yeah.
Did you watch this, Jed?
I did.
Okay. What'd you think? Because Watson, you were kind of like the one.
Okay, I was a supporter of this one.
Yeah,
I really
before we even heard of it, you were the one.
I love the art style of this movie.
Yeah.
The trailer got
love Zazie
me.
Beetz.
I'm a big Zazie Beetz fan. I'm a big Zazie Beetz nerd. So I was all in. I feel terrible. Whoever decided to time this out to come out like a week after Ready or Not
Seriously,
Part 2 is like. They should get fired.
I kind of feel like they might have pushed it back because of that a little bit.
I didn't hear. They didn't promote this as much as Ready or Not 2.
Not at all. Yeah.
It doesn't have the same budget.
Yeah.
No, but it's pretty much the same plot.
Yeah.
Zazie Beetz plays a character named Asia who is hired as a maid to at the Virgil building in Manhattan.
Correct.
And then we find out she gets locked in because she is being used as a sacrifice. So she's an offering for the satanic cult that lives in the building. And she might have an ulterior motive for being there. But You know, she's not the easy sacrifice they thought she was going to be. But yeah, I loved it. I thought it had great flair, and the story's very simple, but they did it in a way that was very entertaining. The way the sound of it was great. The soundtrack is wonderful.
Yeah, the soundtrack's really good.
It's got this kind of Kill Bill vibe.
Very much so. It's having fun.
But yet again, like almost Evil Dead styling too, where like the gore is. I mean, people get their heads cut clean off.
Yeah.
So I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And in some ways a little bit more fun than Ready or Not Part 2, because Ready or Not, that's very kind of more serious.
Yeah.
In some ways, and this is just like, oh no, we're gonna cut someone's foot off, and there's just gonna be a fountain of blood.
Yeah. So all the cult members are in this hotel, and she's the target. They have to kill her.
Yeah.
But they're immortal because they've sold their souls.
Yeah.
And every time she quote unquote kills somebody or cuts a limb off, it eventually grows back.
Yeah.
But for the time being, they're kind of like, at one point, Heather Graham is back, which I love Heather Graham.
Heather Graham's great.
It was so great to see her again. I was like, Heather Graham's back. I love it.
I was really worried, like, the first 5 minutes when she, you see Heather Graham, you see Tom Felton, who's from Harry Potter, and they get killed, like, really quick. I'm like, that
was fast,
Yeah, I'm like, those guys aren't coming back in the rest of the movie. But no, they come back, keep coming back.
Heather Graham's head gets cut off at one point, and it's just her torso just wandering around. And like her head begins to grow back, but it's at one point
like a tiny head.
Yeah, it looks like we're talking about the Mario movie from the 90s. It's like the little tiny Goomba heads. Yeah. It was fun, man. I like you said, it was very cute. But there's a point where she's fighting all these different cult members in this dining room, and she has like a flaming axe, and she's just like chopping them up. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's like it's very kind of like Game of Death, or like one of those kind of old movies where each level of the building, they talk about the different levels are different, because immortality gets boring. So like the second level of the building's like the fuck level.
Yeah. It's like an origin room.
Yeah, and just like it's just kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
But so her whole motive is like she and her sister were running away from their abusive dad.
Yeah.
He comes after them. She takes a shot at him and decides to run. She gets caught by the police and is sentenced to 10 years in jail.
Yeah.
For the crime. And then in jail, you assume she learns to fight. She learns some skills. And then trying to find her sister, she finds out that her sister is actually hired as a maid in this building the month prior. So she's like, I'm going to go in and try and find my sister. And that's kind of like the setup for her being there. And she's got this, she has weapons. She knows like something's going on there, but she doesn't really know what's happening.
Yeah.
And we meet Patricia Arquette is playing like the head of all the maid staff. She's great in this.
She's awesome, yeah. Patricia Arquette's always good.
Yeah. Doing this like Irish accent. I don't know what she's doing with her voice.
Like
I think it's supposed to be Irish,
but she's wonderful in it, and
she has her husband that's also works there,
right?
Who's tired of doing what they do.
Yeah, so he tries to warn Zazie Beetz of like they're gonna kill you, and she finds out that like if the wait staff and stuff, if they stay there long enough, their names will be added to the list if they serve.
Right.
And she fights through these corridors with these people that have been living in the building to try and find her sister and get her out. Which is yet again kind of Ready or Not 2 with the sister storyline.
Very much so.
I was like, oh man, this is like a lot of parallel thinking going on here.
Very much so.
I would say it was different in that aspect because the sister didn't want to be saved, and it was more of it wasn't like one was being pulled into it by the other voluntarily. It was like one threw themselves into it, and I will have to disagree with you, Bill. I wasn't a fan of this one.
Oh no,
it was
why not, Chad? Tell us.
It couldn't choose what it wanted to be for me. It like at one point I was like, oh, this is very Kill Bill, this is kind of cool, and then it would go somewhere else, and I'm like, I'm not like, I didn't feel for the character at all. Like I was like, I don't really care about her sister because she's like didn't care. Like when she ran into her, she was like, no, I don't want to be saved or anything like that. And like I don't know, there wasn't a chemistry there, and I love Zazie Beetz, but like I don't know, this character seemed a little weak, and there was something missing. I really couldn't put my finger on it, but and like the the main characters of the hotel, like I no attachment to them at all. Like they were just there for fodder. And I was like, what? I got bored of them being decapitated and being like, what's the point of all this if we're not like, obviously near the end when you learn there's a way to stop them, but it was like, I just didn't see it progressing into a way of anything too interesting. Like, like I was like, okay, you know, like when the axe fire sequence, I was like, all right, but they're just gonna get back up. Like, I was like, this is not. So I kind of like, I think they should have went even further with it. Like went even zanier, where like she gets in the one room and she finds a spell book and she starts doing some like I just like, it seemed like there was a cap and she met it so quickly,
right,
that I was like, okay, that's cool.
It did feel like that because after that first fight when they sneak in her room, which was a great fight scene, and she like Watson said like, oh, he's killing him. I was oh wow, that was quick, and then all of a sudden they start coming back and you're like, oh okay,
it does get repetitive. I get what you're saying with that,
and like I mean like I loved when I was like, okay, yeah, the whole building's after her, so it should be even crazier, but it just didn't break that.
It did
intensity.
seem like it should have gone to like kind of like a John Wick style, and it
kind
of didn't. Yeah,
like I was hoping her backstory was in prison, and it was like, oh, I've been in a monastery somewhere learning super secret martial arts, and then she could like hit somebody and they explode. I mean, like there's so many things you could have done that I was disappointed that it wasn't done. And like the one thing I did enjoy was like the pig head. I was like, that's interesting.
That was a creepy scene. Yeah,
I wish that was introduced earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
So
and then we get a reason for her to like maybe make it up there by herself or something.
So through the course of the movie, the people chasing her are wearing these pig masks.
Yeah, and they keep talking about a list.
Yeah, and they keep saying we're gonna we'll take you to the head of the head, and so. What it turns out being is a literal pig's head stuck on a pike with their names like tattooed on the pig.
Yeah, that's the list.
Yeah. And it's this dark entity kind of takes over the head and, makes them kill each other to kind of gain
how they talk
immortality.
to it.
Yeah. And then, Patricia Arquette ends up grabbing the head and sticking it on. And fighting as this like pig boss.
Yeah. I was like, okay, this is very video game.
Very much
right
so,
here, and like final boss.
Yeah.
So but it was just like I don't know where this could lead to anything. Like it was cool switching the names, and she was able to like erase them off. And I was like, oh, all right. I don't know. There just wasn't a lot of weight to the movie for me. Mm-hmm. And I think Ready or Not 2 did it for me much better. And obviously that was more serious, but there was still comedy in that movie.
Oh, yeah. No,
and
absolutely.
I think you could have kept that in this, but it was just like the sister dynamic. I just didn't. It wasn't believable for me. I was like, I don't understand. Like why. I mean, like I understand her wanting to save her, but it was just like. After,
it's more for her atoning,
for
leaving her when she was a kid.
But they didn't go deeper into that. For me. That's what I wanted. I wanted more of a.
It's a real brisk movie. It's only an hour and a half, which I was like, oh wow, this is quick. But yet again, there's not a lot of meat to it.
Yeah,
like once you start killing them over and over again, other than like this sequence, there was definitely great fight sequences involved and great visuals. There's one bit where Patricia Arquette shoots at. Zazie Beetz with a shotgun through a mattress, and all these like feathers go everywhere, and it's like this slow-mo, like very samurai look of like her with her sword with this like white and red feathers flowing down. Like that's really cool looking.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the flaming axe fight, but it is very, and like I did like there was like a bit where she's like in the crawl space. Speaking of crawl spaces, of the walls, and she gets caught like behind the bookcase, and it's like suddenly she's just like ah shit, and she's got to like crawl through the space and try and hide. I dug that little sequence. But yeah, it is very quick, very rapid, and there's not a lot of meat to it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean I still had a great time watching it. I would recommend it to people.
Yeah.
It's still a fun movie. Like you said, the soundtrack is great.
Yeah. I want that lighter that she has with the samurai that's getting his head cut off.
Yeah.
So every time you open it, like he's getting decapitated.
Yeah.
I was like, I want that lighter.
Yeah, no, the lighter, that was a cool lighter.
Fun movie in general. I'd recommend it. Would you guys?
I would. I dig yet again, I like the visual style of it.
Yeah.
I'd say it's worth checking out. I wouldn't say go out of your way to see it, but I'd say it's worth giving a watch. You know,
okay. All right. Fair enough. And another horror movie that at least you watched it, right, Chad? Hokum.
Yes.
This is a film. This is a it's written by and directed by Damien McCarthy. It stars Adam Scott. Neon film.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to give us a synopsis of it, Chad? Or
you can, because I did when I was running late to the movie, and it was him in the beginning writing the story. So I don't know if there was anything before that moment.
No. So the story is Adam Scott. Adam Scott plays a writer. His name is Owen Bauman. And he is a writer who it's got some personal struggles going on. He's got some trauma built up. His mother was shot.
It's a Neon movie, of course.
It's a Neon movie, of course, yeah. His mother was shot when he was a child. His mother was shot as she was coming home from the grocery store. Someone shot her in the face and she died.
Jeez.
And the movie starts off kind of weird because he is writing a book about he's known for this series called the Conquistador series, which is like the Spanish Conquistador. Or this guy seemed English for some reason, but whatever. He's in the desert with a child, and they are looking for some type of treasure or something. They're out of water, and he has a glass bottle with a map inside of it, but the cork is kind of shaved off, so he can't get the cork off. But in the beginning of the film, because they're traveling through a desert, he takes off his armor and his sword. So I was like, probably would have been a good idea to hold on to that sword at least, so you can, have. He can't open. He tries breaking open the bottle on something because they're in like the Sahara, there's nothing but sand around, and it's too soft. He can't find any hard surface. This child he's with, who's like 10, is trying to look for a rock, so he decides to break open the bottle by standing over the kid and smashing the bottle on his head. And as we see, that's what Owen Bauman is writing in his novel, and that's where he stops. See, this is supposed to be the conclusion of his series, and how he writes it is the Conquistador, who has been the main character of this, wanders off. He breaks the kid's skull, but he's unable to break the bottle open, so he just gives up and wanders into the desert and dies. And that's how the series is supposed to end.
That's pretty bleak.
Yeah, but that's how he hasn't written it yet. But that's where. So we leave off where the Conquistador is holding the bottle over the kid's head, and the kid's just standing there, just crying because he knows what's about to happen. And that's where we leave off the story. He's in his home writing, and he sees what looks like a person standing in this dark. First of all, he's in a darkened home with just one single lamp on writing, and it's in the middle of the storm.
Every horror writer movie.
Of course. It's like, why would you? Even when I'm home by myself, I have lights on.
It's like the research guy in The Mummy. It's like
exactly
why there's no lights?
No lights anywhere except for the one little desk.
The desk lamp.
Yeah.
But I was surprised it wasn't a typewriter though. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He does. Oh, that is important because he does have. You can clearly see it's a MacBook Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he's writing. So it's modern day. That's important. That's important to put in. That's important. I say that for a reason. Anyhow, he sees what looks like a woman standing in the hallway of his home, and he like flips the light up, and there's nothing there.
Well, it was a little kid.
Like a little kid, yeah. And then he goes back, and we see a woman standing behind over his shoulder, looking at him, and looks like she has a wound on her face.
Yeah.
And he stands up. He's like, "Oh, there's nothing there." Anyway, cut to he goes to Ireland, the Bilberry Woods Hotel. And he goes there because his parents had their honeymoon there. We've seen this in the trailer. He wants to stay there to finish up his book. Mm-hmm. Some of the guests, the hotel staff, know him because he's a very well-known. He's like basically Stephen King by this point. A lot of some of the staff knows him, but how Adam Scott plays this guy Bauman is very contradictory to how Adam Scott normally plays. Adam Scott normally plays like this kind of nerdy, kind of goofy guy, kind of a little unsure of himself. In this, he plays a fucking douchebag. Yeah, he's like a total asshole, like an abusive douchebag.
Okay, so like him and Step Brothers.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's good. Yeah, not quite as immature,
but seriously, pulled back a bit.
Exactly. Yeah, a serious guy. I forgot about that. Yeah, he's like that. So he's checking in the hotel, and he's very like curt with people, like very direct. Yeah. So the hotel staff is waiting. He's like, "Oh yeah, my son knows your books. Like, is it okay if I bring my book by so you can sign it?" No, and he just walks off. And so he's just like a total dick to people. He keeps asking about the honeymoon suite, which his parents stayed in, And they're like, no, it's off limits because it's haunted by a witch. It's like, what do you mean a witch? It's like, yeah, the owner of the hotel, which we see very briefly, has the only key to him to the room on him, and he doesn't let anybody up there at all because he says they were able to trap a witch up there years ago, and now they can't let anybody up there. So Adam Scott's like, well, okay, whatever. He's a complete skeptic at this point. Right. The guy who is checking him into the hotel, his name is Maul. He's also the son-in-law of the owner, but guy's name's Cobb, the owner. Mm-hmm. He's played by Peter Cronin. He's the son-in-law to the owner, and we eventually meet Fiona, who is one of the hotel staff. Adam Scott's kind of wandering through the halls and like, where the hell's my room? And Fiona's a staff member there, and she's like, oh, do you need help? He's like, yeah, what does it look like? Yeah, I do. Yeah. And she says, well, with that attitude, you can stay lost. And he's like, no, I'm sorry. No. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Also, she's very attractive, so that kind of, it's supposed to be like factoring into why he's a little nicer to her. She helps him in his room, and she fills him a little more in about, oh yeah, I've always wanted to go up to the honeymoon suite, but it's the owner says it's haunted, so I'm not allowed up there. Mm-hmm. He keeps the only key on him. The only way to reach the room is through an elevator lift that is behind locked gates, and the only key is what the owner has it, so nobody can go up there. And then also the room is locked with the same key that opens the elevator gates. So he gets to meet Fiona a little bit more, and they say, oh yeah, there's a Halloween party going on tonight. Do you want? He's like, I don't want to be anywhere near that. I don't. Keep me away from
he asked for like the furthest room.
Yeah, because I have work to do. So a hotel bellboy comes up and he's like, oh yeah, Mr. Bauman, like, so how are you enjoying your stay? And he's asking him about his writing, and he's like, by the way, I'm a writer myself. He's like, oh really? Oh, is that bellhop costume? That's a costume then? He goes, no. He's like, oh, so you're not a writer, you're a bellhop. He's like, well, yeah, but I mean, I just do this to pay the bills. And as he's talking to him, Adam Scott's character is heating up a spoon over a candle, and he's like, oh really? He's like, well, do you mind if I just drop off like my manuscript, just to... He's like, and he takes the spoon out and burns it, like puts the flaming hot spoon, on his. He's like, to be a writer, you have to have a tougher skin than that. Yeah. Like, and he's like, what the fuck, So,
but you could tell though when the bellhop was talking to him, he was like in a bad mood, like about something.
Just getting more and more
because he had a conversation with Fiona. It's like, you remind me of my mother, and like. And he's there to...
So, yeah, he has a picture of his mom standing next to on the back of the picture, it says, next to the
Red oak.
Red oak, right? Yeah. So he goes over there and he spreads his parents' ashes around the tree because his mother took a picture with her honeymoon.
He, like, gently puts her ashes around and in the tree, and then he just dumps his dad's out.
Yeah. So, and that's when we fill in a little more when he's talking to Fiona at the bar. Yeah. It's like, so what happened? My mother's murdered. And my father drank himself into death and, just pretty much just ignored me after that. And she said, I'm sorry, what happened to the guy that shot her? He's like, oh, he was too young. He was too young to do anything when they should have hung him. And so anyhow, he's done talking to her. And then we see that he's left his tape recorder, which he uses to record conversations. Also with that bellhop, he's like, oh, yeah, you remind me of a character, brain dead idiot that can't read the room and shit like that. Yeah. He's a total dick to the staff. Eventually he goes up to his room and Fiona sees that she left her tape recorder behind, and she goes with the bellhop and they're knocking on the door and like, hello, are you in there? And the bellhop's like, he burned me. Look at this. He's probably drunk in there, so who cares? And she's like, no, we have to check on him. They go in and he's actually hung himself. So cut to a couple weeks later, he wakes up in the hospital. They were able to cut him down. He comes back to the hotel and he's I just came back to get my stuff. And they say, yeah, of course, we had it right here, and he's like, oh, by the way, who cut me down? Like, Fiona, she was pretty traumatized. I'm like, oh, can I apologize to her? It's like, well, this is Maul, who's the son-in-law of the hotel owner and Fiona's boss. Says, well, she's been missing since Halloween, since that night. We're not really sure what happened to her. And Ballman, Adam Scott's like, what do you mean she's missing? Like, have you talked to the police? Like, yeah, nobody knows what happened to her. She disappeared that night. We think that Jerry, who is a man who's living out in the woods, probably abducted. He's like a local eccentric who lives in a van in the woods down by the river. No,
I mean technically,
yeah. And
he'll help get rid of the goats that they shoot because they're jumping on cars.
Yeah, so then there's goats that come onto the property and jump onto cars. Mm-hmm. And Jerry explains they do that because Jerry's been harvesting psilocybin mushrooms, and he's drinking goat milk. He grinds them up, puts them in goat milk, and the goats also eat the mushrooms, and they get so high that they go and stare at reflective surfaces,
yeah.
and that's when they climb on the cars. And so the hotel staff shoot them with crossbows because they fuck the cars up. You know?
Yeah.
And one of the few like redeeming qualities is Adam Scott's like, why do you do that? Why don't you just like turn a hose on them? It's like, well, that doesn't work. So anyhow, he teams up with Jerry. Jerry's like, I break into the hotel a lot to steal supplies, and I went in there to look for medications left behind by guests and lost and found, and I saw Fiona's ghost. And she was pointing, and then we see a flashback, and she's pointing up to the honeymoon suite, which has those old bells, you know, like you pull the cord and a little bell rings. So she's like, and it was ringing, and like, so I'm going back tonight. She's up there, I think, but I know she's dead because I saw her ghost. And so Adam Scott's character is like, this is nonsense. But he has asked in the past, like, did anybody search that room? It's locked. Maul tells it's locked. There's nobody goes up there.
She's mentioned her interest in the room. Fiona did.
Right.
And so he thinks maybe she went in there. Yeah.
Correct. And Jerry's like, well, I'm going back tonight. I'd like you to go with me just in case. Adam Scott decides to go with him. And as he's explaining more about these psilocybin mushrooms, he's saying, you know, these things are real, like all ghosts and everything. It's just that when you take psilocybin mushrooms, you get to see more of it.
Opens your
mind. That's why I saw her. That's why I know she was real. And of course, Adam Scott, like, you're fucking crazy, whatever. You know, he's
you're high as a guy, yeah.
Right. So they go back to the hotel. For some reason, Jerry wants to take the crossbow to go up to before he goes up to the room. So he goes into the office and is jumped by Fergal, who is the local groundskeeper, but is also liked Fiona as a person and is also upset that she's disappeared. So he thinks that Jerry did it, puts him in a chokehold, puts him to sleep, calls the police like, hey, I got Jerry, because the police have been looking for him for questioning. And I'm bringing him down. Doesn't see Adam Scott. Adam Scott kind of hides in the background because they've also shut down the hotel for the season.
It's pitch black.
So everything's being shut down. They're shutting down all the windows. Literally, like they have like these like shutters that go over the windows. So he takes off with Jerry, and Adam Scott goes up to the room, and that's when the creepiness like factor kind of begins. We see in the trailers like this old kind of decrepit room that nobody's been up for a long time, and that's when little by little Adam Scott begins to see things. He is constantly being literally haunted by like the ghost of this woman who has a facial wound, who we find out is his mother, and we find out he was playing with his father's gun, and it just happened to go off as she was coming through the front door, and he shot her.
Yeah,
and so he has this like overwhelming guilt of and regret that he shot his mother.
Right.
And his father pretty much blamed him,
I mean,
to an extent, for it. And that's why he kind of just drank himself to death and like let him just completely cut himself off from his son.
Yeah.
So he begins to see things. He sees this old TV show that he watched as a kid called Mr. Jackass, which is what we see in the movie. The trailer does a good job of making you think that the kind of creepy thing that we see in the trailer that we think is the Hokum that's the witch, but it's actually not. It's kind of like a deformed figure of this TV character he used to watch as a kid. It's like a children's show called Mr. Jackass. And
I thought it was like Jack Rabbit, but I think
probably, yeah. I think maybe.
I just remember
weird elongated mouth,
gray, and those big rabbit ears and these huge eyes.
Yeah.
So we think the trailer makes you think, oh, this is the creature, the entity that's haunting this area, but it's not. It's his perception of what this entity looks like. Anyhow, we see that there's also a dumbwaiter. He in the room. He can't find anything. He passes out.
Could I buy you any drinks?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's actually drinking this entire time. He's drinking out of a flask. Passes out. He's found by Maul, and Maul's like, "How did you get up here?" He's like, "Oh, Jerry stole the key from the owner." And he's like, "Okay, well, we got to go because you can't be up here, and this hotel's being shut down."
Yeah.
And so he finally sees that there's a dumbwaiter, and he's like, "What's this?" And he's like, "Don't push that button. It doesn't go anywhere."
Very intense.
It's like the dumbwaiter goes into the basement. The entrance was lost during the renovation. There's nothing down there. Just leave it alone. He pushes it, and the elevator comes up. Maul's like, "Okay, now I have to leave you." And so he runs out, locks him in because now he's got the only key to get in and out of the room. As we see the dumbwaiter come up, we see Fiona's body laying there, still in her Halloween costume, which is like this rabbit-looking thing. And we find out that she has her Adam Scott's tape recorder.
Right.
So she went down there and is slow. She has recorded her last thoughts. Like, I don't know how to get out of here. I'm in a basement. I'm stuck. I think there's somebody down here. This and that. he goes down to the. Now the problem is that there's no way to get back up because the button that's down in the basement has been destroyed. So there's a little clock that has like this little
guy with like a
golf club.
Yeah.
And every hour it turns and it hits this bell, and so every hour it bings. It hits this bell.
Right.
So it's like this little brass statue.
Yeah.
So he takes the bell off and uses the statue to hit the button so the elevator can come back up. So he times it. Goes down in the basement, see that there's no way out. It's literally just a basement where the entrance has been walled off, and that's when he runs into something down there. Ooh, I'm getting chills right now. The sound in this is really well done because there is a witch, a ghostly witch that's down there that's haunting, particularly this room, the hotel, the entire hotel, I guess, but particularly this room, because he does find old kind of runic. Like
made with
chalk,
chalk, almost like a doorway. It looks like.
That looks like there are like these spells down there, like kind of what we saw in The Mummy.
Okay.
Earlier, Fiona has said, "I've always wanted to go to the room and read this book on Irish folklore. If you're even being chased by a witch, have chalk on you and draw in a circle."
Yeah.
He is he sees something coming out of the room, but he's got the dumbwaiter time to go back up. He sees it's got this. I love it with horror. I prefer horror films that take their time and kind of build up the tension. So he does see that the hallway he's looking at, this very poorly dimly lit, is slowly darkening, and it's moving towards him, and he sees something moving, like the outline of something moving in there, with like this very terrifying sound of like this woman kind of crying. And as the dumbwaiter goes up, he sees the witch coming at him, and he gets back up to the room, and he looks down the shaft before he gets up there, and she sees her climbing up the wall towards him. So he runs in the room, and she's kind of like all over the room trying to get in. He is able to draw chalk around the bed he's in, and we see her through. Those
like pacing
those beds that have like the covers around them.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're called.
Like a 4-post bed.
Yeah, 4-post bed. Yeah, with sheets around it.
Yeah.
Ebenezer Scrooge style.
Yeah, exactly. The old style.
So you see like her silhouette on that.
You can see.
No, you see
her face, but it's
see through.
It's see through, but you can't make her out that well.
Yeah.
So daylight, which is the only weird part about this, is he is in a room that has windows. They're all boarded up except for one area that is you can clearly see outside.
It's like a small hole.
Yeah, a small hole, but it looks like it was boarded up like tin siding. It looks like that's what they put over the walls. But like there's an opening in there, you could just bash that area out, and then you can call. But he doesn't. And we see that Jerry now has also escaped from the back of this van that's transporting him to the hospital, to the police station. He jumps out, and we see Jerry has kind of struggled to get back to the hotel. He's like he's cut up because he jumped out of the van at, like going at 70 miles an hour or whatever. Geez. So he's all jacked up. He's already an older man too, so that I'm sure that didn't help.
Yeah.
So he sees Jerry downstairs. He's like, "Hey, Jerry!" And he can see him through the window. Just bash the window out.
Yeah.
There's furniture in the room. But anyway, so then he is able to. He's trying to get the attention of Jerry by ringing the bell. He's finally able to do it. Jerry goes up to the room, and then we see Maul come out and shoot Jerry in the head with a crossbow. And as it turns out, Maul drugged Fiona, put her in the basement, left her down there on purpose because she is pregnant with his kid. But he's married to the owner's daughter.
Right.
So of course it's this huge thing, and Fiona wanted to keep the kid. So he's now trying to convince. He's telling Adam Scott's character, like, "You didn't know her like I did. She was not a good person, like, and she wouldn't listen to reason. So I had to do it," which is like pretty terrible way to kill somebody. She obviously we don't know which killed her, or like she died of thirst. But either way, like she died of thirst, which is pretty terrible.
I think if the witch killed her, we wouldn't have found her body because of the way.
Correct. We find out eventually. Yeah. So he escapes down there because now Maul is like set fire to the building. But he ends up locking himself in the room, so he has to try and get back to Jerry, who is now retreated in the basement. But Ballman knows, Adam Scott knows that the witch is down there, so he puts himself in a circle in a chalk. Maul goes into the basement, also a skeptic, not realizing what's going on.
Right.
And he runs into the witch, and if she grabs your hand, she puts you in shackles. And although he was also in shackles too, Adam Scott, which is weird.
That's
I don't know how did that happen.
He didn't get to complete the circle.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of the movie, other than the one sequence of him being chased by the witch, it's a lot of jump scares.
Yeah.
And that moment where he's in a hurry trying because he hears the witch and he's like, "Oh, I gotta hurry," but like right as he's about to turn to close the circle, you see her face and she smiles, and
it's like this old woman.
I think she caught him before he could finish.
But she wasn't able to like take him out of the circle,
right?
I guess.
Well, no, because she could walk. She like walked right past it.
No, she walked around it. Remember, she walked past it, but she wasn't able to take him because he's in the circle.
Well, but he was chained.
Yeah, he was chained. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how she was able to chain him if he was completed the circle.
Well,
he didn't. I don't know.
Well, because unless he fell out of it, because it was a small hallway. Like, I think he was caught before he finished, and she chained him, and he closed it. But he was already chained, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, so he's in the circle protected, but he's chained.
Yeah,
Maul is not. So we see that at the end of the hallway, these doors open up and there's like a ton of tortured souls in there.
Looks like a Demon Knight.
Yeah, very much so. That's exactly what I thought too. Look at it's just like these dark silhouettes with like beady grilly eyes.
Yeah,
and they start pulling him in, and but he's chained as well. But he can't. But he happens to have a little hacksaw on him that he's been using with the movie to kind of get into things.
Okay.
So he's able to open that. Takes the key that on the wall of the on the ceiling of the
all
basement,
these charms,
all the charms that the witch takes from people. Like if you had like some keys, she'll like hang it up
as
like a trophy or something. He takes the key to get out, is able to escape, and we see that the hotel obviously burns down. But later on, he's in the hospital. The bellboy shows up, and it's like brings him a bottle of champagne. Like, sorry, what happened?
He's just like an ice cream.
Yeah,
parlor.
ice cream. He works in an ice cream parlor, and he says, "Yeah, we found the remains of Fiona and Jerry. We haven't found Maul yet. We don't know where he's at." And he says, "Would you be willing to read my manuscript? That's okay." He's like, "Don't have that been through enough." But he eventually says, "By the way, I feel a little guilty about what happened. I think it was my fault." He's like, "What do you mean? Like, some of the things happened because I spiked your flask with psilocybin powder because you burned me that night, and I was mad at you." And so that's when you hear Jerry say, like the voiceover of Jerry say,
opens your mind.
Opens your mind. These things exist, but it opens your mind. So we don't know exactly what was real or wasn't.
Well, I would say it was because he looks at his wrists.
Real. Yeah, his wrists are chained up. Yeah, So bruises. But I think like maybe like he's seeing his mother more. So we skipped over a part. He's down in the basement. He's chained up, and his mother shows up, but now she's not. Yeah. She's not shot up. Right. She's just, and she hugs him, and he's like, "I'm so sorry. It was an accident." She's like, "I know. She's like, "You can't stay down here. You got to go." He's okay. So that gives him like the will to like escape.
Yeah.
So he gets out, but yeah, then he says, "Yeah, I'll bring you my manuscript." And
he's like, "I'll touch it up, and then I'll bring you a new."
And he says, "Okay, fine." Yeah.
And he's like, "All right."
Yeah, and then that's pretty much where it ends. Which I was so glad. It's like, please don't let me see a fucking jump scare of like he hears something on the bed and the witch is under there like grabs her. Get the fuck out of here! Like I hate that shit. So, but yeah, I brought this up earlier with you guys. I said I think it feels very Zach Kreger like.
Yeah,
very weapons barbarian. Yeah. Whereas there's always like a supernatural element or a thriller element in the background of it, but there's something else going on with the characters that just happens to have the supernatural element in the background of it. And that's what it felt like with this. He obviously has a lot of regret and guilt related to his mother. Maul is having an affair with Fiona and kills her because she doesn't want that to get out. So there was a lot more to it than it's just these very like fucked up.
But I think it was
fucked up characters with just like a background of a supernatural element.
Like the marketing was more towards the horror element of it, and the real story was in the background, and we get the reverse when you go in. Yeah. So I mean, like for me, it felt like very much like a A24 film because they a lot of the horror movies they do have to deal with the person's trauma and like they're working through it. Exactly. Like technically, if there was more, if this movie was filled with fog, I would say it's a Silent Hill movie. Yeah, in a sense.
Okay.
But I really liked it. I was glad there was at least a good sequence that wasn't a jump scare because like although the jump scares get me, I don't like them because they get kind of like they
get cheesy.
You know they're coming.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I know he's going to turn around. Or it's standing behind him.
Right. Well, there's a moment where, especially where they do this a lot, where he kind of pauses and he turns, and it's like because he senses something.
Right.
And that's there. And it's there. So it's like And I mean, it worked in the basement, I think, because that's like the witch's domain or whatever.
No, well, that's the thing. The witch, or at least. Only at that last sequence it was a jump scare, but the witch initially it was like a drawn out like her coming out of the shadows.
Yeah, shadows.
And I was like, I like this.
That felt like barbarian.
That didn't seem barbarian to me because
in the base, like when they're like she comes out of the shadows a little bit. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Well, but like Barbarian is
that's not supernatural. Yeah.
No, it's also it felt Barbarian's like a different vibe. It's more monster.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Type of thing.
What was her design like?
Old witch, hag, like long hair.
Well, she had the kind of bonnet, like holding her hair back, and like she had like fully covered and her like skinny, decrepit hands.
Yeah, like
and then chains are attached to her back.
Yeah, she has chains. And it's also like when she talks, she like talks in like whatever, like old Gaelic.
Yeah,
whatever it is, like that. Yeah,
I mean, not
like that. Not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
she had a pot of gold.
He only said Hokum once in the movie, and I was like, I wasn't sure if I missed. Did they start the movie with like a definition like Hokum meaning really?
Nope.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking too, because like I thought they were gonna say, oh, it's a witch, whatever. It's a Hokum. That's what I thought.
Well, the way he used it was when the bellhop was telling of his witch experience. Yeah. He was like Hokum, like bullshit, like that.
Right.
So I guess it's an Irish term for
bullshit. I guess I don't know. I thought that's what like Fiona was.
You would know.
Yeah, you know about that. It's your cousins.
It's all fake.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because I thought it was going to be like when Fiona was explaining, there's a witch up there. No. It's called a Hokum.
It's Hokum. It's humbug.
Yeah. That's how it felt, the way he used it.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was like, but he only said it once, so I was like, okay. I guess that's, But no.
There's the title.
But, no, I thought it was very, very interesting. It felt like, it was more on him working through his demons. And then there's this witch that's there and the antagonist, stuff like that. But I did think I was surprised because I did think there was going to be a witch, but I was surprised about the whole Maul killing Fiona.
Very much. Yeah,
I was like, oh, wow,
too,
okay.
Yeah, but he's a very like pathetic character in the beginning.
Yeah,
he's like very subservient to his father-in-law.
He's like,
Mr. Hello, can we help you?
He attends the desk pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
There.
And like his father's like dressing him down in the beginning because like Adam Scott's waiting to check in. He's like 2 seconds late. He comes out of the room. It's like, I'm so sorry, Mr. Talking to his father-in-law. Right. It's like, don't apologize to me. Apologize to the guest.
Yeah.
Classic Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. And then Adam Scott is also a dick to him. He's like, how about you mind your own fucking business? Like, old man, basically, like, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
But also the way when they do the flashback of him like drugging her and stuff, I was like, oh, is this like a rape?
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
And then he murdered her, and I was like, I thought it was gonna go. I was very surprised that it was pulled even back further, and it was like, oh, he was just getting rid of evidence of him impregnating, an affair.
And we don't find out. Fiona admits to it on our tape recorder, which is on the recordings, which is like, oh shit, like I thought he was gonna do the same thing. I thought it was gonna be like a sexual assault thing.
But then he just loaded her in, and I was like, oh, okay.
Maybe. And then he lets her go down. Now, we didn't. It looked like she died of natural causes. Well, but the witch is down there, so it's like as soon as you go down there, she comes after you.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't.
Well, she might have already been dead in the.
Well, because they said she's been missing for 8 weeks, and I was like, could you, if she didn't have water or food, could she survive down there for 8 weeks?
No, not without water.
But and she didn't look decayed, but she was blue.
Like, she was in the.
She's
in the dumbwaiter.
She obviously
was
walked
she in the
around.
same position as when he loaded it?
Yeah, it was.
So
that's why
she was dead, and he was just getting rid of the body.
No, she was drugged up because he didn't like do anything.
That's a good point. I don't know. That's a good point. You brought up a point once because
the thing is,
but she did record.
She's like, there's something down here with me.
Okay.
So I think she probably just got into it.
But how accurate is it him just hallucinating? Those recordings, that could be it too. I don't know.
Hokum,
yeah.
It's all Hokum.
But
he could still, like, when he's back at the hospital, listen and like, because didn't he play? I thought he played a little bit more of it in it.
In the hospital?
I'm making that up, but I thought he played a little bit more after the fact. And
but it's weird because you're right. She might have been dead when he loaded. I don't know. That's a good question because why didn't the witch get her? But she did say there's something down here. I don't know, or maybe the witch just goes after men. I don't know. That could be it too. But
I didn't see any chalk.
Oh, that was gonna be my next question. Was there chalk around the?
There was only chalk on the wall with the with the kind of Gaelic signage and stuff like that. So I don't know if she used it for herself to, and then she just starved in the dumbwaiter or something.
Yeah, it just seems
because
she would have died of thirst way before.
And I was curious. I was like, I wanted Adam Scott. I was like, use the chalk at the dumbwaiter. Like, don't use.
Yeah, you're right. Why didn't he do that?
Because then she wouldn't have been able to climb up. Or I mean, I guess.
Well, no, because the chalk line is up above her, so I guess not. But the other thing that I found weird is like, how was she able to go into the room in the first place?
Yeah,
because I thought she was. It said that but they said that she's she's locked in the room. Yeah, so I guess she can go up and down. I guess
that the basement was her domain, and she's but maybe they built the hotel on top of her.
That could be it too. Yeah,
lair, and then she's like, meh.
Either way, it was really creepy. I like how there were. The jump scares happen. I was like, okay, I kind of roll my eyes sometimes, but they work though.
That's modern horror.
Yeah, they worked. But I did like how the witch was like generally creepy. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
It gave me well, as I said, A24, but I got Perkins vibes from it.
You were saying that
because there were the long shots of darkness and it's just sat there for a few minutes before something revealed itself. So I was like, oh yeah, this is very Perkins with his filming or horror choices.
Nice.
So no, it was very good, very entertaining.
Would you recommend it?
Yeah, I'd say
for sure.
It's worth checking out. Yeah,
I liked it a lot. I definitely enjoyed it more than Mummy for sure. I mean, they're both not bad films, but in terms of like atmosphere, in terms of creepiness, in terms of like building up to it, Hokum was definitely, because it's a murder mystery on top of that just happens to have a witch in it.
Nice.
Yeah. And I'm glad it came back to me because after leaving the movie, it also felt like I've played a few video games, and obviously there's been some television productions and stuff like that with a similar vibe of a writer goes to a destination,
very much,
and it's haunted, and he's solving a mystery.
Yeah, it did remind me of a video game a lot,
and it also reminded me of
Alan Wake and
Alan Wake especially was. Came to mind when watching the movie. I was like, "This is or a Call of Cthulhu type of gameplay type of thing." But also, what's the movie with Sam Jackson in the hotel?
That's exactly what I was thinking when I was watching Room 1301.
Yeah, and that's what I thought. I thought that's what the movie was going to be.
Me too.
It was a haunted room he got, and then he's just dealing with that.
That's exactly the vibe that I got when I was watching. I was like, "Oh, this is that movie."
Yeah. So I felt there was elements a lot from other things. So it was very likable in that sense, where all good choices of stuff. So
cool.
And he wasn't like a badass, so it was like he had to.
Yeah. He's just an
like,
ass.
I don't know how he's gonna get out of this.
Yeah. I mean, it's he uses resources really well because it did feel like you said it did feel like a video game. Like it's like if he's investigating the clock that turns and hits that little bell. It's like if you're playing a video game, it's like, oh, this thing turns every so often. It gives you like a little it gives you like a little blurb. Like,
oh, there's a screw, but this thing doesn't work on this because it's a different bolt. And he's like, so
it's a puzzling.
Yeah, a lot of puzzle. Yeah,
very much
puzzly with that.
Yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's I mean, the budget was only. I wasn't say the budget, but the box has only been $3 million. I think Adam Scott's probably fairly expensive now because he's blown up.
I don't think he's been in much.
Well, he just did.
it was Severance.
Yeah.
But I mean,
he's probably still under $1 million for if you're gonna hire him as an actor.
That's true. That's true. Yeah,
like $750.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they marketed this a lot. I haven't seen a ton of marketing for it.
I only saw it here and there, not a lot of.
But I mean, I think it's a great film. I mean, Damian McCarthy has done Caveat and Oddity, and that's it. Not a ton of other stuff. But I mean, he's definitely knows what he's doing when it comes to horror. So
nice.
Yeah. And we also did you guys watch the Michael movie, the Michael Jackson movie at all?
I did not.
I did not.
I just checked that out today. I'm not gonna go into it a lot. Just I recommend it. I think if Jafar Jackson, who's his nephew, plays him, it's just your typical standard biopic of went through abuse, his rise, his hit when he hits peak stardom. There's nothing I think that stands out in it in terms of like the storyline. We know what this Michael Jackson story is.
Yeah.
But what stands out a lot is Jafar Jackson, who's his nephew. Yeah, his performance is amazing. I mean, he embodied sometimes you're like, wow, this is like Michael Jackson on screen.
Is he actually singing or is it like recording?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think he might be actually singing.
Okay.
Yeah. So either way, his performances that he does as Michael Jackson in concert, so well done. If he doesn't at least get nominated for an Oscar, what the fuck are we doing here? Because amazing job as his uncle.
And Janet's not in it, right? Because
Janet is not in it. Only LaToya.
Okay, yeah, because I heard some people didn't want to be a part of or be included in the film.
I think he's got his brothers in there, and he's got LaToya, and that's it. And I think there's 8 children, 8 or 10.
Okay.
Something like that. But yeah, there's only 6 in this, I think, 6 or 7. So yeah, some people did. You know what? It kind of makes a little bit of sense because there's so many like in the one household. Yeah. There's so many family members. Even if they didn't want to be part of it, I can understand maybe why they cut some of them. Although Janet Jackson's huge, but it makes the story just flow a little better.
Also, I mean, I don't know if they're saving it for the second movie or what, but I know like some of the whole scandal stuff later down the line. Right. Some of those people did not want to be in the movie.
Makes sense. So. Yeah, it makes sense. It leaves off right at his I think the Bad Tour.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, and right before he moves into Neverland. So. And Bubbles has a lot of screen time, which is interesting.
Hey, man.
Yeah. I think it's a CGI chimp, which is a good thing.
They should have got the one from Primate, dude.
Yeah, seriously.
Get the guy in the suit.
He's still alive, by the way, Bubbles. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I recommend it. Go see it just for Jafar Jackson's. Again, we know, this is, it's been authorized by the family, basically, so they're going to cut some things out here and there.
Yeah.
Although we do see a lot of the abuse that he goes through the hands of his father, which we knew about. So it's worth it just to go see it just for Jafar Jackson's performance, and just to remind yourself of like how much of a massive star Michael Jackson was.
Yeah.
So
do we see the famous "We Are the World"?
We don't. I think this cuts off right before.
Was it? Right before that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like 89.
Did they show
is
Quincy Jones in?
Yeah, show Quincy. Right, show Quincy him putting. He's producing his first
part of his.
Producing his first solo record. Yeah.
Diana
Ross. Because they didn't go over any of the Oz stuff.
They didn't do Wiz.
They didn't Wiz. No, none of
his
that,
relationship with her.
Nothing.
Okay.
I thought they would at least do something with not Diana Ross. The other, she played Cleopatra.
Elizabeth Taylor. His obsession with her. Yeah.
Nothing that. I mean, that might be later on in the film. So we'll see. Like and the film ends with his story will continue. That's literally what the titles. It's on.
Doc Brown. Michael.
Do I become some kind of an asshole?
Worse.
Where he's at SeaWorld and he's like, I want to sing a song about this whale. And then we get to see him on the set of Free Willy. Like, I got the perfect song. Something. I don't know.
Did he do a song for Free
Willy? Yeah, it was I don't remember which one it was.
I can't remember that.
But yeah, it was like I think I forget if it was playing during the credits or if it was like when Free Willy got free. When he escaped free and he's like jumps over him and he's like
he touches him. Yeah.
Willy, jump over.
No,
you got to do the leg thing when he's doing that.
What are you, Corey? Not Feldman. Right? Is it Feldman?
Yeah, Feldman.
Okay,
still rocking it.
Corey Feldman.
What? He wasn't Free Willy, was he?
No. He has a band and like he tries to imitate Michael.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I have seen it before.
It's not the best.
Yeah.
Millennium. I actually love the music video. It's ridiculous. He gets Sean Astin to make an appearance in one. Oh man, but yeah, no. I mean, I would you say it's worth going to the theater for? Or?
I would because just to see. Again, like the story is very standard. We know the Michael Jackson story. Yeah, it's very standard. But like,
because I saw the TV movie and I was like, if it's nothing new, I just don't.
Just to see the performance because they linger. Okay. A huge chunk of the movie is his performances.
Okay,
so it's Jafar Jackson as Michael Jackson up there performing, and it's like you're watching like a live concert. So it's worth it for that just to see it in theaters how big the screen is, the sound. I would recommend it just for that. Yeah.
But I want more. I definitely want more story, because it's like I could just watch any.
Yeah.
There's 1,000 people that do Michael Jackson impressions.
Right.
There's, we could watch all his music videos on YouTube. What I want is the story behind all this.
Yeah, I mean,
we just mentioned his obsession with Diana Ross. His stuff. I mean, did they deal with his plastic surgery?
They do. They see him. He's because in the beginning, as he's a kid. His dad constantly calls him Big Nose. Yeah. So he has he grows up with this body dysmorphia with his nose. So we see him get a nose job, and then we see him get another nose job.
Yeah.
So his nose is changing. I don't know, probably like CGI. They change, his nose throughout the film.
Prosthetic, maybe.
Yeah, and his obsession with Peter Pan.
Yeah.
How he constantly reads the book, and he loves Peter Pan's nose, which which he eventually ended up turning his nose into, basically.
Yeah.
The Peter Pan nose. So yeah, we see that. We see him getting beat by his father for not, being able to perform at the top of the level. The dynamic between him and his dad is not good. It's not a good relationship. Even as an adult, he's constantly bullying his son and talking shit to him. And you're gonna do it my way. This is Jackson 5. It's not just you. That kind of thing, because he's trying to keep control of Jack. Yeah. So he eventually breaks away, and then in that concert at the end, apparently he did this in real life. He said, "Hey, this is the last time as Jackson 5 performing together."
Oh yeah.
So he's looking at his dad, who's off to the side, like, "Yeah, motherfucker." And as he gets off stage, like,
there is footage of that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And as he gets off stage, Coleman Domingo, who's playing Joseph Jackson, which is Coleman Domingo. It's worth it. Just go see it for Coleman Domingo. That guy's awesome. Yeah. Just go see it just for Coleman Domingo, who's awesome. Yeah. And he's up there. He's like, "Michael, hey, I'm still your father. What are you doing?" And he just walks away from him. So. Really well done. Jafar Jackson's performance, Coleman Domingo's performance, it's worth it. I say to go see it in theaters. Okay. It does go into his philanthropy a lot. How he did talk to kids in hospitals a lot. When they shows the burn that he took in his hair.
Oh, they show that.
Yeah, which is
from the commercial.
Yeah, which was caused by like a random spark that landed in his head. And he's in the burn unit. I don't know whether or not this happened or not. I'm sure it did, but he's talking to people in the burn unit, and the money he got from the lawsuit from Pepsi for that, in the movie he donates to the burn ward at the hospital. Whether or not that happened, I don't know, but
Pepsi wanted to sponsor the Michael movie. That I'm sure they would have made him like, you got to put out the fire with a can of Pepsi on the screen. Like that's how they put it out. Be like, oh my god, that's refreshing.
Woo!
No scars at all.
I'm sure it didn't help. Also, like
my skin.
AMC has a contract with Coke.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So, and they very prominently show Pepsi in that scene where like they keep saying Pepsi, and some people are like they're in the, it's an audience, but it's made up of paid. It's like extras.
Yeah.
And so they're holding up the Pepsi. Like, everybody, come on, hold up the Pepsi thing as Michael comes out, and he gets burned. It's like, oh shit. So, well done. I highly recommend it.
All right,
go see it. Go see it. So yeah, Michael movie, directed by Antoine Fuqua. Check it out. It is. I recommend it. I think you have a good time watching.
Did you have any people like stand up and start dancing? I heard that's been happening in some.
Has
theaters.
It? I wish. No. Let me tell you what I got in my theater. Good thing you brought this up, Chad.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Let me tell you what I had in my theater.
Hope wasn't a kid with a Slurpee put his finger in a Slurpee.
No.
Okay.
Thankfully not. But no, I had a family in the front row of me talking. Not throughout most of the film, but definitely a lot. I mean, I could tell that they were. At least they were talking about the film, So they're like, do you remember when he did that? Oh yeah, he really doesn't like his dad. Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, it was that kind of thing, and I was just like sitting there. I could, it's like those whispers that you can't make out words. All the time.
Yeah, no, I hate that.
But you're just like, oh my god, and so I just kept like, can you shut the fuck up, And then like one lady kept getting up and coming back, and it was like an entire row of family. So I was like, you know what? I'm glad that they're at least coming out as a family, like watch a movie.
It probably cost them a lot of money.
Exactly. They're like Michael Jackson. A lot of them were older.
Yeah.
So they're probably like, when Michael Jackson was like really huge in the 80s and early 90s.
Yeah. No, definitely.
They were probably like in their 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, they're probably like legit Michael fans, but like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like,
right.
Come on.
Anyway. They won't enjoy it.
Yeah. Should have been like, Jamon, guys. Jamon.
Jamon?
Yeah, because he goes, Jamon. That's his Michael. That's Michael. Right?
Okay, anyway.
Jamon. That's his thing. That's what he does. He does the thing.
I don't think he does that.
I think it's more Shamon.
What?
Yeah, it's Shimon or Jamon. Some people go Jamon.
Well, Jamon. Yeah. No, don't do. We're going to copyright it. That's a lot of money.
I wasn't saying. I was just saying that's one of his key phrases.
I don't think that's what he says, but okay.
All right, all you listening, please comment what he says. Is it Shaman or Jamon?
All you legit Michael Jackson fans that talk during the film, let us know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just add us and then hashtag Shamon or hashtag Jamon.
Yeah.
And we'll count which one gets the most votes.
Right. Jamon means, it's like jamon. It means ham in Spanish.
Because if you watch Rush Hour, you will see Chris Tucker say Jamon.
And he got that from Michael Jackson?
Yeah, that's because he's doing...
They were buddies.
He's doing a Michael Jackson... And he sings a Michael Jackson song. And
he was buddies with Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah, they hung out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Jeez, man.
I
you call yourself a Michael fan.
I didn't say I was a Michael fan.
This guy over here.
I didn't say I was a Michael
fan. This scholar over here.
I didn't say I was a Michael fan. By the way, they were sold out of the Devil Wears Prada 2 popcorn bags, which is a purse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like a
See, that one's practical.
Yeah,
That's a practical one.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't get to see it because it was like printed out.
Was there a Michael one?
You know what? You
Bubbles
were there,
head.
but, oh God,
His mouth open, just filled with popcorn.
No, you know what? Oh God. They should have made a instead of a popcorn
sparkly
bucket
glove.
No, well, I mean, that actually would have
been
been really good. But instead of a popcorn thing, it should have been a soda cup thing. And just have Pepsi on the back, and then his face on the
just
front
blows
side,
up.
And it's like fire,
burn hair,
fire.
Oh my God.
It's a bust of his dad's head,
or maybe you
screaming at him,
or you have the Thriller eyes on the thing, and then say ha ha every time you grab in popcorn, it laughs like Vincent Price.
Yeah, there you go. They do go over the Thriller thing, which is awesome. Yeah, and just the opening scene of the opening shot of the video. It's really good.
Okay,
really good. So yeah, Michael, go check it out. We also had a couple TV shows come out that we should go over real quick. Invincible season 4. What do you guys think so far?
It's all done. Invincible season 4 is done. I love it. I'm excited for I read the comic. I don't know if anyone else has read the.
No, I've only read the beginning. I haven't gotten further.
So this season is Invincible going cosmic. It's more more in the sky. More to do with the Confederation of Planets and Alan, and we finally meet. The big bad is Thrag, the Grand Regent. We get some great scenes of the Viltrumite planet before Omni-Man showed up to Earth. So we get to see the Grand Leader there and the traitor voiced by
the Emperor,
Frank Walker and Peter Cullen.
Yep,
voicing those, which is fantastic. The voice cast in this is amazing.
So good, dude. So good.
Lee Pace is Thrag, who's very cold and is very well done.
As Lee Pace can play.
Yeah. And so I love it. I know, spoilers for me anyways. I know where it's going. So I'm excited for what's coming. I felt like this season was very short. I mean, I know it was very like 8 episodes.
Yeah.
And I thought we would get more into because we see Monster Girl and Robot going into the other dimension.
And get stuck there.
And they get stuck there. And there in the comic book, there's a whole thing that goes on there. And I thought we would be ping-ponging back and forth. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
Maybe they'll because she had her own movie, maybe they'll do like a small little thing like that.
Yeah, so if they go that way, and there's good stuff coming. Really good stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, they expanded some of the stuff with, like, Oliver and his dad training on that planet.
That was a good scene,
Yeah, I mean, it's in the comics, but it was expanded on beautifully in the show, I think. And, like, J.K. Simmons, there's a side of Omni-Man in this season where he gets really tender and almost hurt at times. When he goes to see Debbie again.
His ex-wife,
Yeah,
and she's like, get the fuck away from me.
And you just see how hurt he gets. And he's like, I'm trying, you know? Like, I fucked up. I killed thousands of people, but,
Yeah, I mean, there's really no coming back from that. But
right.
I mean, he kind
of feels, he kind of feels like he at least deserves a chance.
Yeah.
Which I don't think he does, but, I mean, he's trying.
And they did
nothing.
I guess they did a live taping when Sandra Oh's, the voice of Debbie, does the bit where she talks back to him and, like, breaks her hand on him.
Yeah.
And they filmed it, and it's, like, just raw. Like, she's so raw in that scene and powerful. And it's like, damn, they did really great job.
Really
so
well done, man.
I love it. The show's great. I know a lot of people complain about the limits of the animation and stuff, but I think it looks great.
I think it's awesome, yeah. I mean, the animation has, whatever, but I think they're putting more into it. Like the shots this season,
the fights,
beautiful, the fights are great. Yeah,
Thrag versus Omni-Man fight. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah,
No, I'm way behind on the show.
Dude, he like does an uppercut that literally creates a vacuum of air around him before he punches.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's like really good animation.
Oliver literally gets his block knocked off of him. His jaw gets like knocked off of him.
Oh yeah,
he gets punched so hard they knock his jaw off. Like, I mean, literally rip it off.
Dude, there's crazy, the scene with him in Invincible versus Conquest.
That was insane.
It's gnarly,
and he's like choking him the entire time because they have to hold their breath in space. So they can hold it for a long time and do a lot of physical activity, but they eventually do have to take a breath. So they get on a planet that has air. Yeah. And just Invincible is just choking him to death.
And Conquest is pulling
his guts out.
It literally is pulling his intestines out, and it's just a squelchiness to it. It's just visceral, and they're both just trying to kill each other.
And the entire time, Conquest's face is like, you're gonna give up. You're gonna give up. You're gonna let me breathe. And then he doesn't, and he kind of realizes at the very last moment, like, oh shit, he got me.
Yeah, it's so
well
good.
Done. Yeah, well done.
But yeah, this season was phenomenal.
Very well done, man. Yeah. Very well done. Yeah. We also got the Boys season 5.
Yeah.
What'd you think of it, Watson?
I love it. I mean, they've gone full crazy this season. Crazy, It's the last season. We've got Homelander announcing he's going to be God.
Yeah.
He's going to find the original version of V, which will make him immortal, and will become a god among people. And I love Eric Kripke, the director and the showrunner, came out and he's like, I hate that real life is becoming so crazy that I can't make fun. Like he wrote this whole episode about Homelander discovering, like announcing to the world he's going to be God, and then Trump put out the picture of him as Jesus 2 days before, and he's like, God damn it!
Yeah, come on, guys. Yeah, like this is a TV show. It's not supposed to be real life. Yeah,
exactly. It's so funny. Like, we're just satire is great, but. I think the show's, it's killing it. It's yet again we've had this season had a full reunion with the Supernatural cast. Was on this last episode.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah,
this last episode was great.
It was fun.
It was kind of done like what's that, Ramashan, the movie where it's like a different perspective from a key person. So thank you. But so we had like everything. I think everyone in that episode had a really good scene.
Yeah,
like Firecracker. Like had this beautiful moment with her pastor, and then I was like, oh wow, like this is like her Emmy scene, and then like same with Sister Sage, and everyone had their moment, which I thought was beautifully done.
And I think it's great how everybody, it's every single character that is surrounded, is surrounding Homelander is suffering in their own way because of him.
The Black Noir scene is great.
Oh, so good, yeah.
The director who's on the toilet,
just
shitting on Tony Gilroy. Did you get that?
Yeah,
he's like fucking Tony Gilroy.
It's fun, and then of course Anthony Starr is just continuing to kill it. Man.
Oh man, yeah, like he's like just embodying this full crazy now.
It's a psychopath that is just like his face embodies so much with just one look.
Yeah,
it's so good.
I'm shocked he hasn't been getting work outside of The Boys though.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah,
and he hasn't got any really like awards or anything like that for it because he really is killing it in that role.
So good. I can't picture anybody else doing it.
Yeah,
and he's so good at emoting. It's just such a great actor. Yeah, this last episode was fun. Like you said, there's a Supernatural reunion.
Yeah,
and he plays like a speedster.
Yeah, we had Jared Padalecki on there as Mr. Marathon, who is like, and then and Jensen Ackles is there as Soldier Boy, and Misha Collins, who was Castiel, was what was his character name, like? I don't know, it was like Gasman or something. I forgot. But I mean, it was just great to see them have a little interaction.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. We're eating well right now as geeks.
Very Good much stuff. So. Very much so. Yeah. I had a strange interaction with Jared once.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't. It was so Blockbuster was still around. So this was a long time ago.
Okay.
So I'm waiting in line and. The line was, it went through. You know how they have like stands of like candy and stuff like that on like. So we're like in line, and Jared Pillett, he's behind me with another guy, and like one of the employees like restocking the shelves, and I guess the line looked a little weird, but I didn't think so. I mean, I was just standing behind somebody, and like he's looking around, Jared, and he goes like, and he asked the employee like, "Is there a rhyme or reason to this line?" And the employee just looks up and was like, "You just get in line." He's like, oh, okay. And he just like, stands behind me. I was like, and at the time, I was like, I was the guy from Supernatural.
He doesn't understand what lines are.
Yeah, I was like,
he's a celebrity.
Yeah. It looked a little off, I guess. I don't know. I was like, but he seemed fine. But that was just my own reaction. But I remember I recognized him. I was like, oh, that's the guy from Supernatural. But I only seen a couple episodes at that point, and it wasn't a huge show.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, but I didn't say anything to him. But yeah,
I love you and Gilmore Girls.
Yeah,
he was renting the first season.
I hadn't seen Gilmore Girls
DVD.
yet.
He was like, I gotta watch my scenes.
Yeah, see,
he's like, hey, has anyone seen this? It's really good.
It's really good. It's got this actor
you on the
cover.
Like,
yeah, the Supernaturals are awesome show, man.
Yeah.
All the DVDs are sold out again.
Daredevil season 2. I mean season 2.
It's Born Again season 2.
Yeah, season 2. Yeah,
which is technically season 5.
Season 5. Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't count the Netflix show. Apparently,
I guess
I don't know.
No, I mean,
no,
like
we
now
do, but
with this last season, you do because they have been cutting back to it, so it does count.
Watson, you're the Daredevil fan,
look,
super fan here.
Yet again, I'm just gonna.
You have a Daredevil costume. You got your You got your Daredevil helmet signed by Charlie Cox.
We have a picture of us with Charlie Cox.
Yep.
This season's been gangbusters. It's been great. I mean, last season I think they did a great job with what they had. I mean, they had to refilm a lot of last season.
Right.
There was a lot of trouble like editing what they had, and I feel like okay, now they're really on their stride. We've got Vincent D'Onofrio is doing the performance of a lifetime as King.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
He is fully he's embraced this. He is now fully in control. He is the mayor of New York. He's running guns for the government basically.
The agency, possibly
through New York's open port policy. So he's able to do that. And so he feels untouchable at this point. Daredevil, Karen Page, they're underground. They're hiding. They're trying to do this resistance movement. Yeah. You've got the anti-vigilante task force picking up people on the street, putting them in these weird camps. I don't know. It sounds very familiar. I don't know. It's weird. It's very funny that between this and The Boys, a lot of stuff is feeling too close to home.
Yeah, because the Starlighters are underground.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh man, we're just and always the villains the ones in charge. It's curious.
Yeah. Huh. That wouldn't happen in real life.
Yeah, no, exactly. But yeah, I think we get to see that what they did with the Daredevil suit. The costume is so he's blacked it out. He's spray painted it black, and he's just got the bold red DD logo on it, so he can kind of be more stealth. And then as the shows progress with every episode, the more he gets beat up and thrown around, more the black is getting chipped away to reveal the red, which looks so comic book accurate. Like whenever you saw a picture of Daredevil, normally he's drawn with very heavy shadow and shading, and so you get this great look of the suit where it looks just like a comic book. And I'm like, oh, they did it right, because everyone was like, oh, I missed the red look, and I was like, oh no, this looks so good. We get one of the most badass openings with Bullseye in a diner scene. The action in there is incredible. Even the side characters, we've got stuff with Wilson, Fisk's organization, with the kid. Oh, I forgot what the kid's name now.
Daniel.
Yeah. His character's great.
Yeah,
what they've done with just some side characters in the show has been wonderful. So I've been thoroughly enjoying it. I know we've got the finale. I think is next week.
Yeah, I think
So and we've got Jessica Jones showing back up in the show. She is now with a child, which we're assuming Luke Cage is the father, which is very much like the comic book. So. It's just, I'm loving it. I'm loving every minute of it, and bringing back these kind of streetwise heroes again, to the scene, and not having to do something that it's end of the world problems, but it's something that we just gotta save New York.
Although it's obviously I wouldn't question this because I know the Avengers, they handle worldly things. So because I've heard some people isn't the Avengers Tower right in New York? Wouldn't they be getting involved in? But obviously they wouldn't because they might be off somewhere else handling something.
Well, and they mentioned the what's her name? Valentine. Valentine. Yeah, they mentioned her, so somehow that's connection with Wilson Fisk. Maybe they're keeping like the Thunderbolts at bay or the new Avengers.
Well, I'm thinking because Charles said Luke is overseas, and maybe he's with the Thunderbolts overseas, handling whatever thing. Valentine. Mm-hmm. Is it Valentina?
Valentina.
Yeah, Valentina. Yeah. And they're handling whatever her business is, or whatever they want them to do, because they're controlled by the government sort of now or something.
Yeah, and and
then hopefully they have a throwaway line for Spider-Man. He's like, "Oh, he's depressed. He's just hanging out."
Well, I mean, what I love is like the season's going to end in a couple of weeks, and then they're going to have the Punisher one shot.
Yeah.
Oh,
which right. And then Punisher is showing up in the new Spider-Man movie. So I feel like there's going to be this nice handoff.
But the thing is, like, you have to explain, like, because they're not just in Hell's Kitchen in this show. They're in Manhattan. And it's like, Spider-Man is in Manhattan. So it's like, if he's not saving anybody, or what is he doing?
Right,
like,
right.
So either they explain this in the movie, Brand New Day, or they, somehow at the tag at the end of the show.
Yeah, I'm hoping Fisk shows up in
Maybe
Brand New Day. Or
Fisk is running away, and then in an alley you see a shadow of a spider upside down comes. Like, hey, where are you going?
Great to have him fight.
That'd be awesome.
I just want. Like, I know they say I'm hoping they're lying and saying Kingpin's not in Brand New Day, and he is. Me too. But I'm like, I need him to fight Spider-Man once. That's
I know.
Then
that'd be awesome.
D'Onofrio can retire, whatever he wants to do, because I know he didn't pack on the weight again because it's not healthy for him anymore. But they have been padding and giving him a fake belly. And I was like, that works, because that fight between him and
the boxing scene.
No, in the basement where the two they have a standoff after his wife dies.
Yeah.
I was like, that is what I want to see. With Spider-Man and him, like them trying to double team him and stuff like that. So it's it's
hard too, because with the MCU movies they've kind of upped Spidey's strength and like durability.
But he's a much younger Spider-Man, so I think it would still work.
Yeah.
Plus they've upped Kingpin's strength since he's joined the Marvel universe.
That's true.
I mean, obviously in this one it seemed like he hurt his hand punching the
wall.
It didn't. He didn't break his hand.
But he knocked the wall. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And then they obviously kind of took a step back from the Kate Bishop, where he's like taking arrows and just going like a Terminator, pretty much. So I would love it though if he could make it into Brand New Day. But I know there's rights and all that stuff.
We'll talk about Brand New Day a little bit because
but no, I'm loving the season, and I like what's her name might turn into Muse too or something.
I mean Lady Muse might show up. I mean, that is a comic book thing, and
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
so
I know they're filming season 3 right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh. So
I didn't know they got the green lit for 3.
Yeah, I think they really wanted to punch it out and have one for next year. So I'm excited, man.
Hopefully that doesn't interfere with any things have yet to come out.
No, it's true. But give me more Defenders. Give me more.
Yeah.
I want to see Luke Cage. I want to see. I mean, they mentioned him. I mean, I'll take Iron Fist.
Right. I mean, with the villains they're introducing. Obviously, coming up in Spider-Man's, they can have the Defenders go against them too. So.
I'd love it.
Yeah, it'll be a fun one.
Yeah, it's really looking forward to what they got laid out for that. Also, Darth Maul Shadow.
Shadow Master. Yeah.
Shadow Master. Yeah. What do you think so far? I haven't got a chance to watch it yet.
Have you not watched this?
I haven't watched it yet,
buddy.
But that's okay. Don't worry about spoilers. But yes,
really good.
I've heard good things. Yeah,
it's really good. It's
Have you watched it, Shed?
No, I haven't.
Oh man, there's like 8 episodes out right now. It's really well done. It's kind of post Rebels, right before like he meets up with Obi-Wan on Tatooine. It's set on this planet. It's very done, like it's very Blade Runner of him, getting revenge on these different criminal organizations. So basically, when he was in charge of Mandalore and he had his own crime syndicate,
right,
and so these other crime syndicates turned on him and basically put him out to dry. They're like, oh, he's gonna die. And so this is his revenge story, getting revenge back on these other crime syndicates. Meanwhile, there's a cop in this world who's trying to figure out everything. It doesn't want to get the Empire involved because it's kind of like it's not like a Tatooine style. It's very like dirty Coruscant looking, and the art the art in this show is so beautifully done. It's done like, and the director said it was kind of like based on like stained glass kind of like look, this kind of like almost watercolor look to it, and it's gorgeously done. The sound design is really great, where they did this really cool thing of like when Maul shows up, you know, he you know, he's in silhouette and he turns on his lightsaber, and as he like attacks, it's kind of like looks kind of more like a Kylo Ren style lightsaber, where it's like a jaggedy looking blade, and they've mixed in Sam Wentworth. Is that the guy who does the voice?
Yeah.
His screams are within the sounds of the blade.
Oh, really?
So as he's fighting, you hear like the like your zoom zoom zoom, like kind of.
Yeah.
But there's this guttural, animalistic nature to it. It's, I don't know how they did it, but it's phenomenal.
Wow.
And yeah, so while he's tearing through and trying to find the criminals that betrayed him, he comes across a young Padawan, she was a Jedi. She has a master. They're in hiding on this planet, and he kind of feels like he's drawn to her. Like, I think I'm going to take her on as my apprentice. And so he's kind of tempting her. He's like, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not. What do you think you are? You think you're a Jedi? You're homeless. You're living on the streets in fear. Like you're starving. Like we're just doing what we do to make our way through the universe. And he's slowly tempting her to join him. It's a really good show.
Yeah.
Nice.
Highly recommend it.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Yeah. I mean, I definitely want to check it out.
Yeah,
I mean,
same
I've
here.
heard nothing but good things about it. Finally, let's jump into a lot of the trailers that have been released lately. We have the Resident Evil trailer that just dropped.
Dude.
This is the upcoming Resident Evil trailer by Zach Kreger.
Yeah.
And who we are fans of. Weapons Barbarian. We were just bringing him up a little.
They're
bit.
all right movies.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
This is his first big
major,
IP kind of thing.
I mean, so it starred Austin Abrams, who was in Weapons, who played the druggie.
Yeah.
Who
was great.
Great, so
Weapons,
good.
so.
Yeah. I don't really know that much about him.
He doesn't look the same too.
No,
it's
he
crazy.
doesn't.
When I saw it, I was like, "Is that Timothée Chalamet?"
Yeah, that's what kind of looks like.
Yeah, he's got that look. You're right.
I mean, what do you guys think about the trailer?
I thought it was really cool. It didn't give too much away, but it peaked at some something more than zombies. Like you saw the big, huge dude in the sewer, and okay, we're getting real creepy Resident Evil like mutation vibes and stuff like that. And I really like the because since it's a teaser, it gave us little shots of him like scrounging for items like in the game, and I was like, yes, this is exactly.
He finds a shotgun, he's got no shells,
and then you see an upgrade, like because later when he falls in the sewer, he's got like a automatic weapon, and it's like, okay, so this is
a green medipack running.
Well,
around
he's holding that around. I was like, this is perfect for that, and like I know it's obviously not following the plot line of. I mean, obviously, maybe it's just a story outside of the plot, because he said it was. Takes place during Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, but
around there.
Yeah.
But
it looks like a rural area. It's not Raccoon City.
Well, that's what I'm curious about, because I thought I saw a city line shot, but I could be wrong. But it's snowing, so it's just like that's why I'm like, maybe it's just outside of town somewhere that's a little colder or higher up in altitude.
Right. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. Because I mean, obviously they have multiple labs around the world that could be going on at the same time.
Yeah, of course,
and whatnot. So I'm intrigued what zombie creatures we'll get, because
there's that really creepy shot of the doorway.
Yeah, with all the arm limbs.
Yeah, and they're coming in like it from every angle.
Yeah.
It's like either there's a weird group of contortionists.
Yeah,
they're just like, hey, or it's something weird's coming down.
Right.
Yeah, and like I would love to see his version of a tyrant or a liquor or one of something. I'm sure we'll get a dog in there at some point.
Well, he said like his favorite game to play was Resident Evil 4, like the village stuff. So
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna get some influences of that for sure.
I'm very excited. I like Zach Cregger's work a lot. His last 3 films have been fucking amazing. I just hope at some point we just get. Can we just get like something from Resident Evil 2, 1 and 2? Let's just get that. Well, because what keeps happening is, and again, I'm excited for what Zach Cregger's doing, but like. We've seen what we've gotten in the past. The Mila Jovovich movies, which is like whatever, it's just whatever they wanted to do. We got that TV show on Netflix, whatever that, So we keep getting these things where like they come up with their own ideas and then just slap Resident Evil on it and say, that's it, it's a Resident Evil thing. And then we see it and it's like, that's not what I don't recognize any of that. We got that movie a couple years ago that tried to do that, the Resident Evil 1 and 2 films. It looked okay, except it didn't have the budget. They couldn't do a lot with it. I'm just hoping that we get an actual, version of Resident Evil 1 and 2, like a mini series that does the video games, like shot for shot, basically, of like the mansion, Raccoon City, the police station, all that. I hope we get that at some point. But I'm excited for what Zach Cregger is going to do because he's a master of horror, so it's and suspense. So yeah. It looks like a good thriller. I'm excited for it. Yeah. So, yeah. And then we also got the Clayface trailer, which is something we've been all looking forward to.
Dude,
it looks so good, dude.
Looks so good. I mean, very much. It looks straight up horror.
It's body horror.
Horror. It's very like the substance meets.
Yes.
Like we were saying, like a Jekyll Hyde kind of deal.
Yeah.
Some of the visuals they threw into this trailer.
So good.
Terrifying. Like the way that he can like just smoosh his face and like you get to see some silhouettes aspects of like large mud monster kind of deal, but we don't know yet.
I'm from what I've seen, it looks awesome and everything like that, but from the trailer I get the vibe is like, okay, we're only going to see the full formed Clayface at the end of the movie or something, and because you want to give this actor time to breathe and like grow into the character. So it's like, okay,
we did see the Sith, but in the shadow.
I mean, he'll be able to form stuff, but I don't
is that the last shot of the movie? We
exactly,
don't know.
That's true.
Or is that how he kills, like in the shadows off screen, that kind of thing? It's like,
and I'll be interested on him doing like a full body transformation of people, and then, like, if they hire the actor to try and mimic his, like, quirks, if he has quirks, you know, to follow through with. So, and will we get, like, a Batman, like, cameo?
That's my big, like, what if of this is the first time we're going to see Gotham in the James Gunn DCU. So, I mean, he's already stated this is a prequel. This is happening before Superman.
Oh, okay.
So he's like, what we're seeing now is it.
Well, obviously, this has to happen before Creature Commandos as well.
Right, exactly. So he's like, this is kind of set before that. I don't know if there is. So obviously, either a Batman's going to be established by this or something. But I want to know what the look of Gotham will be. Because we see little flashes. Yeah. It kind of has that kind of like almost Matt Reeves Gotham look. Yeah. So I thought maybe it was in that universe.
Kind of like a rundown city. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's got some neon in there. Like, I'm very curious.
Yeah.
Because I would like for this movie to go, it sets up his character in... Maybe he's not the main antagonist in the new Batman movie that for James Gunn's universe, but if anything, it'll set him up like he'll kill someone and then take their disguise and he's been that person for years. Yeah. And then it's like a big reveal to Bruce Wayne or somebody that he's been close with and he didn't know that he was like Clayface, and it's like, just...
What do they go full Tim Burton again?
Gotham. I love it. Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah.
I mean, I want, because that's the thing is like Gotham in the comics, you have to make it look different than Metropolis. You gotta make it look a little different. It's gotta have that edge to it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That's why the Batman was so good with their Gotham.
Metropolis is very streamlined, very clean. Yeah. But Gotham is dark, dirty.
You want it? Yeah, it's
New Jersey, baby. You gotta love it.
Yeah, exactly.
And we also have the Masters of the Universe trailer that recently dropped. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, it looks fun.
Yeah, it does.
You know?
Yeah.
I love the Travis Knight's the director of it. He did the Bumblebee movie.
Yep.
I think he gets it. He gets the aesthetic. He kind of comes at it as like he was a big 80s, kid and fan. And I mean, I'm seeing a little bit more and more. The more they drop, the more I'm seeing of Jared Leto's Skeletor. I'm kind of enjoying it.
Yeah.
The first trailer.
Everybody was worried about that. Yeah.
Yeah, the first trailer looked he looked very serious, and but I've seen a few clips that have come out of him being a little bit more campy in the role.
Because, I haven't watched any of that because I was like, I don't want to spoil any more reveals for myself.
Yeah.
So I only watched up to the second trailer where we hear him speak first time, and I was like, I'm fine with the voice.
The voice is
and
good. Yeah.
It's like whatever. It's like a elderly British type of filter, like kind of like a voice box type of thing. So I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine. So I'm just I didn't want to see if any other characters they reveal like on a TV spot, so I'm avoiding all that. But I'm very excited for it. I'm hoping it's really good, and I'm like reserving it just a tad because I was like, there's something I want, but I don't know if we'll get it. And like the fact that we haven't seen Orko yet makes me like.
Give me Orko, baby.
Like you have to. If you have everybody else,
you're doing
Orko. So they must be saving that reveal, like what he looks like for the movie.
Oh,
like,
I can't wait. Yeah.
Like I'm wondering who will play him, or because he's floating, so he'll be CG, obviously, most likely. But I'm just like,
who's the voice?
The fact that he hasn't been in any shots, I'm like, is he?
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe he's in another dimension. I don't know. But.
So it got me really excited, watching the trailer, and I was like, I really kind of, it was like Saturday morning one day, and I was like, I really kind of want to watch the old cartoon. Mm-hmm. It's all there on Amazon right now, so I was like, all right. So I started playing it, and my kid was like, what is this? And I was like, oh, it's He-Man, And he sat down with me, and we sat through.
You haven't shown He-Man yet?
No, because it's like it's an '80s cartoon, and like he's not like. Hand-drawn animation for kids is like boring to them, right? They
really?
They like the 3D anime, seriously? Everything like that. He sat down and sat through like 7 episodes. He loved it.
Yeah,
and like he was singing the He-Man theme song every day. Like he's like all on board. So that got me really excited because now I'm like, I'm gonna take him to see the movie.
What's funny is a friend of mine has it. Well, Sam, he has a party here at my house. His son's a little younger, but about the same age.
Yeah, around there.
So a couple years ago, I went to his house, and he was watching whatever Paw Patrol, whatever the fuck it is, whatever, some dumb shit. And I walk in there.
Hey, that's your favorite movie.
And I walk in there, and I'm like, well, I don't know if it was Paw Patrol.
Comic book movie ever.
I don't know if it was. It was some kind of 3D, some bullshit, dogs in space. I don't know. It was boring. And I'm watching it, I'm like, and he's an 80s kid. So I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, why don't you show your kid G.I. Joe? Why don't you show them Transformers? He-Man? What are you doing, dude? They're all available. He's like, here's the thing, dude. He's like, I did. And he went to school, and he played the way that we used to play in school. With He-Man, G.I. Joe, jumping on kids, kicking, play fighting. And immediately I got a call from the school and was like, well, he's being very aggressive to their kids. Like, he's talking about this He-Man, whatever, G.I. Joe. Like,
other kids are like, what are you talking about, Grandpa?
Yeah, and they're like, what are you showing him? It's like, you can't. And he's like, oh shit. So he had to like pull back on that.
It's very funny.
And I was like, are you serious, dude? I was like, for real? He's like, he's like, I'm dead serious. Like, he's like, because he took that and did what we used to do in school, which is how I'm playing G.I. Joe and jumping on kids and your friends. But they knew what you were doing, so they would do it to you back, and everybody knew. But like nowadays. They're all watching whatever.
Whatever you watch bullshit. The cartoons nowadays, they're very much like, okay, let's hug with consent. Like, it's a lot of that in the cartoons nowadays.
But like the thing, I see. I didn't see much of the
North Koreans are going to roll right over.
Well, no, I mean, I've only seen back in the day people like maybe playing Power Rangers. But how old is his kid?
Or I mean, at the time he was like 4 or 5.
4 or 5. Okay,
yeah.
Well, like. I mean, you could still kind of tell your kid, be like, "Hey, don't act this out."
He had to do that. He had to be like, "It's you can't."
But I mean, the fact that he didn't do that, like think of that ahead of time.
I don't think that he thought, because it's obviously been so long. But he just didn't think that it was like, I wouldn't have thought that. I would have shown him like I'm still going to do it.
Wouldn't think it'd be a problem.
I'm still going to do it to my, like, if I ever have children, I'm going to show them all the old cartoons. Like, check this out. However,
right.
it's not real. You know, you can't.
No.
This is all bullshit. Like, look how much the bad guys lose. Like, just take that as your
well, lesson, I would say, you know, if he had the toys, he would be able to play it out through them and not act it out himself. So maybe that was the case. Like, he didn't have the figures to be like, oh, you know, because like I never maybe like I remembered like doing like karate kicks and stuff for Power Rangers and stuff. Yeah. But mainly though, I was playing with my figures, acting out what I saw from the shows. So I didn't really go out there and like.
We watched American Ninja the movies, and then we all put ninja like rags over our faces, and we're full out kicking each other. Full out.
Yeah, we were
like kids were getting hurt. You know. Yeah, it's just like, oh shit! Like
I think my time, yours died down a little bit, and then mine was like, we'll pull it back. We won't be as violent.
That explains a lot.
We'll call each other
a lot. That explains a lot for you.
We'll call each other slurs and maybe like a kick or once or twice, but that's it.
We're not going to make ninja stars.
No,
Well, no, like I would do that kind of stuff by myself in my backyard. Like I would. I had the Super Soaker 3000, and like I put a little
must be nice.
Must be nice, yeah. Must be real nice. Do you have the backpack?
It was all the 3000.
It was the nice. Well, I had the 2500, the one with the super.
Oh wow, you had the 2500.
I had like a 500. Sorry,
but I had the little one that was like the little gun, dude.
The 50.
The 50, yeah.
But I wanted to make a flamethrower out of it, so I grabbed some little gas from the lawnmower, and then I had like a thing on the end of it to light, and like
pyro over here.
It caught fire at the end of it, and I threw it to the ground, and it melted. So I didn't have it for long.
You made napalm instead.
But
so what you try to use?
That's why half Jersey.
You try to use flammable liquid on a plastic. Gun.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I'm a kid. I'm not really paying. I was like, I'm making a flamethrower. You know,
imagine that it worked.
I was very.
Look at me now, Ma.
I watched too much action stuff as a kid, and like other people around me didn't watch as much. I don't know. They were not, but like I had silly putty, and I had the idea is like, well, C4 is clay, like. And so I was like, if I had
put a fuse in it.
Well, no, I had an M80 that someone gave me, and then I cut it open, and then I took the powder out of it and rolled it up into the silly putty, and then I had a kitchen timer, and I tried to make, but it wouldn't work. So I was like,
good thing you didn't. You were blowing your hand off.
Yeah. But like that's my like I wasn't. I went another dangerous route than fighting.
3 fingers. Yeah. Homemade C4, baby.
C4, bro.
Instead of like fighting or hurting, jumping on kids at school, I was making deadly weapons.
Explosives and flamethrowers.
Ninja stars.
Yeah, sure. That's so much better.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's so much better.
But you keep it to yourself. You hurt yourself. That's it. That's fine. You hurt yourself.
Yeah.
But if you hurt other people, that's bad.
Yeah, we took a cherry bomb once that a friend had, and we went to a public park. And we went to like some like bushes or whatever, and we found like some potted plants down there, like just the pots.
Yeah.
Of like those plastic ones. We threw it in there. That shit was loud as shit. Just boom! We're like, oh shit! We just took off. We just stopped running. It was crazy, dude. It was so scary. Yeah.
Yeah, like seeing small soldiers, I was like, that was not like that. Just made my mind race. But I was like, whoa, WD-40 is that explosive? And I was like, no, I shouldn't. It was like,
keeping track.
I was like. But no, I loved all that type of like, that action heroes could turn all these things into deadly things, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
I remember that scene where they say standard issues no longer appropriate, whatever, and they just break the plastic guns.
Yeah,
yeah, and they like arm themselves with like actual.
And, like they come out of the garage with all this. Oh man, like I always wanted a remote controlled helicopter so I could attach bottle rockets to it to fire off his missiles, and I was like, oh, that'd be so awesome.
Is that from Toys?
No, Toy Soldiers.
Okay.
I mean, Small Soldiers.
Small Soldiers.
Because Chip Hazard's flying the one, and he's shooting.
Does a kid take like a saw blade? Like, this is one of the.
Yeah, kids, there's one of the toys shoots saw blades that
gets into one of the kids. Like,
no, it doesn't hit anybody. I think if anything, it skims like a dad. But I think you're thinking of the saw blade from Commando, where Arnold throws it as a weapon.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
It's awesome.
You busting out of a landscaping shed, and he's using all the weapons.
I was talking about this at work today. I was like going like, it's so funny how many toy lines for action movies, like for rated R movies, there were when we were kids.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I'm like, I didn't see anything wrong watching Predator or Aliens, because I was like, there was toys. Like, I had Terminator 2 toys. Yeah. It's like, So why wouldn't I see those movies? It's like now you go, oh yeah, that's
the amount of attachable weapons to my G.I. Joes. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. I grew up. And we also got the updated Street Fighter trailer.
Yeah.
Yes. What'd you guys think of that?
Looks fun.
I'm thoroughly more excited about it now because the teaser before I was like, I don't have a grasp on what this is going to be.
I thought it looked fun. I was like, okay, but
I mean, I was like, okay, I thought they were going to go like very silly.
Yeah.
But this is silly, but it's also artistically like they're going a route with it, which I can respect.
It definitely has a vision.
Yeah, there's a vision to it.
I love the fact that the guy who's playing Ken in Street Fighter was the original choice for He-Man.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he backed out to do this, and they're doing what's going on in the trailer. I was like, did they do that on purpose?
Yeah,
just to kind of stick it to He-Man a little.
Damn, dude, imagine that. Like, what would you choose? Like, you came and you said He-Man or Ken? Which one do you want?
See, like
that's tough.
That's tough because like He-Man's like it's a lead role.
It's a lead role. It's you. You're carrying the whole film.
Right. Ken is like, but Street Fighter you probably know is going to make money.
Right.
Now, if you think about it like this. He-Man, you get mainly the main attribute to that character. You get to say the phrase, I have the power, and you turn.
Yeah.
But with Ken, you get to do all the moves. Hadouken!
Yeah. And you probably don't have to work out as hard.
That's true.
No,
that's
like
true.
He's like lean,
Because
muscular.
it seems there's some, and obviously you don't have to pull off the move because like some CG in there obviously shows him like going up in the air that. So, but it looks great.
Yeah.
I am still like the one thing I'm hesitant on is M. Bison. Like they haven't shown, but I'm thinking they haven't shown him because it has to do a lot with the plot, and I can understand that. I was like, fine, that's fine. But everyone else looks great. They're doing the moves from the game.
It's a huge cast,
huge cast,
and I love the whole MTV. Like he's kicking the car, beating it up. I was like, that's perfect.
Yeah,
no pun intended. Perfect.
Yeah,
but no, I'm very excited about it. And I love that they're spread apart from Mortal Kombat, so we won't have to. It's
not going head to head.
Head to head, yeah. So
and we also had the updated Supergirl trailer that recently dropped.
Meh.
Really?
Yeah. Just, I mean, it's got Guardians vibe to me.
It does have very Guardians vibe. Yeah, it's very Guardian coded.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the comic book. We've talked about it. The storyline straight from a comic book. And
does she have to save the dog?
The dog's not. How is the dog in the comic book? Dog's not really in the comic book. But it's more dealing with like PTSD of like watching Krypton. She was old enough.
She was like 13, right?
Yeah. So like that's why she doesn't feel at home on Earth.
Right.
You know, like meanwhile, like Clark is like, oh yeah, I love being on Earth, and she's like, it's not my planet.
Yeah, he grew up as human,
exactly. So she's kind of like, I guess it's like being an army brat or something. But so she likes being in these, the outworlds where she can drink and not be, not as much responsibility.
Yeah.
I'm bummed that it's not a bigger villain for her. Because like Lobo is obviously not the villain in the movie.
No.
They revealed that, and I was like, that's a bummer. He's just like an anti-hero, and I'm like, okay, whatever. But I'm like, because it just seems like she's got throwaway people to beat up or some kind of hunt. I don't know, some gang of people that she's got to stop or get the antidote for crypto. Yeah. And I'm like, I really would like somebody to hold the attention of that bit more, but I get it. It's got it's more on her and her PTSD.
Yeah. I'm very interested about the villain because it is the same villain in the comic book. And,
it is.
Yeah.
What's the villain's name? Do you know?
It's like Crag of the Red Veil or something. I forgot.
Is he like written in a way that's
he's very
interesting?
Like, yeah. In the book, he's definitely like more of a Pirate King kind of vibe. So. I like the actor that they have. He's in the Old Guard movie.
Crime of the Yellow Hills.
Yes, Crime of the Yellow Hills.
Matthias Schoenaerts.
Yeah, I like him as an actor. So we'll see what they do.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, are you guys gonna watch it?
Yeah, no,
of course.
Definitely. I want this universe to do well. So,
but I would like more cosmic characters showing up.
Yeah.
You know, like I would love a tease of like Mongol or
even
World or
I was
or
like,
something.
this would have been a perfect way to bring in because I love the intro they do to Lobo in the animated series.
Yeah.
And I was like, if they just supplanted
the
with
zookeeper guy.
the collector, like their collector guy, and he collects Lobo and then Supergirl, and that would be a fun little team up to, against him. But I get it; they're going with a more grounded story for her. So
well, I'm kind of hoping that it has, because we already know that they're filming Superman 2 Man tomorrow. And it definitely has Brainiac as the bad guy, so I hope that this kind of tees up some of the Brainiac.
Well, I'm
stuff.
wondering if at the end of this, it'll have Brainiac pick her up on the way to Earth.
Yeah.
And he's like, I have your, cousin,
City
blah,
of
blah,
Kandor
blah.
and everything like that.
Yeah.
And finally, we have the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer.
Oh yeah.
So tell us, Watson, what do you think?
I mean, look, I like a more grounded Spider-Man movie. Like we've seen already. Like this is really like the first time since Homecoming where we're gonna get Spider-Man more of a like New York hero.
Yeah.
We don't see him going against anyone cosmic. We're seeing that he's gonna be against Scorpion and also dealing with body transformation.
And there may be the hand in there.
It looks like he's fighting the hand.
Yep.
So
and then Tombstone.
Yeah, Tombstone's involved. And so I'm really hoping we get more of a like I said, like more of a street level version.
Yeah, the director released like a brief outline of the beginning of the movie, and like I was looking it over because I was I wanted to know some things, and so I was like, he does have an AI for the suit because he built it himself. So
okay.
So he built like a almost like a 3D printer in his apartment. So I guess it can build his suit for him, and then it's this I forget what the AI's name is or whatever, but he has an AI that he talks to. So I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine.
As long as the web shooters are big and clunky.
Yeah, they're big and clunky, so not everything's perfect still, and like I'm enjoying that. So
but it looks like he's gonna have organic web shooters.
From the look of it, it'd be interesting to if we stick with that after the transformation or whatever transformation that's going on. But I would love if I know they ruined Madam Web. Sort of. So like,
what are you talking about?
Because like with
perfect movie,
this would have been a perfect time for her to appear while he's transforming.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm like, I would want her, but maybe the older version of her. Like, like give me like time jump, and then we get old. Well, I don't remember the actress's name who played the young version.
Oh, it was Dakota. What's her name? Johnson.
Just get
Helen Mirren.
Well,
Helen,
she's
awesome.
my first choice for Madam Web, but my next choice would be from oh my god, Lord of the Rings, Kate Blanchett.
Oh, okay.
She'd be my next choice.
That's a good one. That's a good choice. Yeah.
But so like I'm excited about the villains. I really want an Osborn to show up. Like doesn't have to be Gob. I just want
Harry
or because or if they're gonna go the Ned Leeds route, whatever. But or
some Hobgoblin.
Maybe the Osborn in this universe will be Rob Kingsley, who is the Hobgoblin, and he turns his friend into the lackey Hobgoblin type. I love it. So we'll see.
Do you think that Punisher? That's the only scene you're gonna get from the trailer.
There's the shot where Spider-Man's jumping at the group of the hand ninjas in the sky, and people are speculating there's space.
A lot of space in that shot. Yeah,
I'm thinking Daredevil's there.
Oh, God,
and
he's fully red now or something.
That'd be sick. Yeah.
But I don't think Punisher's going to be making that jump. So I think it might be just him and Daredevil
shooting a missile.
Yeah, there could be that. But I think he probably runs into Spider-Man a bunch of times. Yeah. So, throughout the movie, maybe not like a big part, but at least.
And we already, they just released some of the action figures are coming out.
Yeah.
So we know that Hulk is involved as well.
I did see that, and I was like, okay, and I would be like, if he's, cool Hulk, I'll be fine with it. But if he's like, I'm just. Mark Ruffalo is a Hulk.
Oh,
Mark Ruffalo. It looks more like the old school Savage.
Well, and that's what I'm hoping it is. Right. And I'm just like, okay, just give me that, please. Like, I don't mind a smart Hulk, but it's just like if it's the same demeanor as the actor. I don't know. It just pulls me out of it. Like, give me gangster Hulk. Give me
something.
Something.
I want to. It would be great.
I just want a different personality. Yeah. Mark Ruffalo just coming because like he doesn't even come off as a Bruce Banner.
I mean, he's not
nothing against. He's just not my Bruce Banner.
He's not. At least he's not the Hulk in the trailer. Because he said he's just gonna stay that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't want to see that.
What? See Mark Ruffalo?
Yeah, just as the
Hulk? If he just goes to him for like, hey,
no, I'm saying he's teaching when he goes to see him. Yeah, he's teaching. When he's teaching, he's not in the.
He's like,
form.
who are you?
No, that I'm fine with. That's fine. And I'm like, okay, he's teaching, and then he'd be like, oh, transformation. You'll want to go see Kurt Connors because in the trailer you hear Keith David.
Yes,
he's voicing the trailer, and I'm like, and he's talking about transformations. Right. I was like, if he's Kurt Connors,
that's a great.
and I'd be like, oh, get the lizard.
That would be great.
That would be dope.
That would be sick if they get him in there. So there's I'm excited, but I'm also reserved because I'm like, maybe they'll kill off MJ and give me Gwen or something.
Yeah.
Because like I know she's the MJ of this universe, so it's like whatever.
And they're they're getting married or something in real life, so it's gonna be hard to be like, you're out, honey.
Yeah, true.
Well, I mean, like
Tom Holland's now 30 years old.
He was saying he was kind of getting done with the role.
I think he is kind of done.
Yeah.
And I mean, I hope that instead of like recasting, we just move on to Miles Morales.
That would be cool, but we have those animated movies, and I think that if Sony would not want that to happen, because they have a third movie still coming. But also, I just got the Spider-Man I wanted, and they're going to take it away from me. I'm going to be upset.
Right.
I mean,
so you'd rather recast?
Yeah, I have nothing against recasting because like I would have recasted Chadwick Boseman because even he wanted. He's like, you could keep the character alive.
Yeah.
So it's like Spider-Man could be anybody. We've had third Spider-Man now. Like, if someone steps in, whatever. It's like as long as he portrays it the way Peter Parker should be.
Well, we've had three separate Spider-Man stories.
Yes,
we've never had an actor continue a story.
That's true.
So if we had another Peter Parker, it would be in the same MCU line.
That's true. Well, I mean, like they can. Well, that would be his transformation. Oh. He gets a new face. He's like, oh, now I'm
Jaden
Smith. He's Clayface now.
Yeah, now Jaden Smith. Oh my God, I would not. I don't. Nothing against Jaden Smith, but I wouldn't say
I think he's also 30 years old. I don't know.
Is he?
I think he's older than that.
But yeah, I don't know.
47, smoking cigarettes.
47 years old.
I'm Spider-Man.
What's up?
But no, I mean, like, I would love some more villains that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
In the Spider-Man universe. So
I hope it's just more than just a montage with. I mean, it looks like they're cramming a ton of villains in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of them will just I loved in the Ultimate comic books how like Shocker was always in the first few pages of each comic book, and he just get his ass handed to him.
Yeah.
And it was always very funny. Like, you again? So I would like something like that.
Like, I would like him, the actor from the last one, to come back and he's in the full garb.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was a behind-the-scenes shot of him in the full thing, but they didn't use it. I'm like, oh my God, he looked amazing.
Shocker!
Yeah. If that sequence will never happen because they ruined Venom, so we'll never get the...
Do you think we're going to get ever see a black symbiote suit on Tom Holland?
Probably not.
I was thinking during the Doomsday movie that might be brought back.
That's true.
Yeah,
but I'm just like I don't know anymore what's gonna happen. Yeah. So I'm just like, give me this one Spider-Man movie and I'm good.
He's probably got one more in him and that's it.
Yeah.
So we might get the symbiote suit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we're all looking forward to that.
Or we get Ben Riley. Give us a clone. Scarlet Spider.
We're getting Ben Reilly Private Eye in the Spider Noir.
Yes.
So.
That looks great. That looks great. Yeah, I can't wait.
We're getting a bunch of villains in that one too.
Can't wait. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're looking forward to that. I think we're gonna be eating well.
Yes.
The rest of this year. Good. You know what I mean? So yeah, looking forward to it. We've been eating well so far.
Yeah.
Good year for pop culture at least.
Absolutely.
So. You want to take us out, Chad?
Well, also, I just want to briefly say I saw the movie Normal. It was really great. I thought it was much better.
Normal?
Bob Odenkirk.
He's the sheriff of Normal, Minnesota and stuff like that. So it's a very fun movie. It had a mixed vibe of Assault on Precinct 13 and like Hot Fuzz, but serious. It wasn't like very comedic movie, and there were some comedic moments though. Like I thought it was very good, but it was completely not exactly what I thought it was, and they did a good job. It kind of reverted what I would have expected from Bob Odenkirk because of the Nobody movies.
Right.
He's not that badass. He was an actual sheriff, so he's
just a cap.
Yeah, the only move he knows is catching the bullet out of the gun that he does in the trailer. So, or that's the only thing he's like the best thing that he. But there's a story behind his sheriff, which was really cool. Reveal and lots of fun shootouts and stuff like that. I recommend it. It's almost out of theaters though, so probably watch it at home if you can or something like that. Yeah,
there you go.
Cool, man.
All right,
cool. You want to take us out, Chad?
Yeah. Thanks, guys, for listening to another episode of Enter the Nerdom. As we always ask you, please like, subscribe, follow, comment. Rate us 5 stars or 10 if there's an option for 10. We'll always take a 10. I love a 10.
Yeah.
And the Watson.
I mean, rate and review, like Chad said, and you can reach out to us. Yet again, we're doing #Shamon or #Jamon. And then
you want to spell Shamon for us?
I'm not on board with that.
SCH apostrophe.
Oh my God.
OMON.
That's
Shamon,
the one.
Shamon with an E.
With an
MONE. Shamon. So so that's that, and Jamon is like that with a J.
Yeah,
JAMON.
Yes, J apostrophe Jamon. Jamon. So yes, either one of those, and we're on we're on YouTube, Twitter, or X if you like to call it that.
If you're nasty.
Yes, Instagram and just keep an eye on us. Share us with all your friends and family if you want.
And ding that Shamon bell if you want notifications.
Yeah, and on YouTube there's a feature you could hype us too.
There you go. Hype.
And as we always say here, and I never get correctly, enter the Nerdom, exit the sarcophagus.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Keep it on theme.
There we go.
I like that.
Yeah.
Have a good one, everybody.